Hello, good afternoon. My name is Richard. This is Over and Over and Over Again. It is Matchday Live, and it is, of course, it's two games we're going to try and bring you, but obviously we're going to focus more on the women's game against Aston Villa. And of course, there is also the men playing at Fulham. We will keep you updated with everything that's going on there as well. And it's all going to be coming up, of course, the other side of this. So it is Matchday Live. It is a special show today due to fixture scheduling, which isn't ideal, is it? Let's be honest. For those of us who kind of enjoy watching the women's team and the men's team, and for us who are doing, matchday coverage online, it's not ideal. Anyway, we're going to focus mainly on the women's game, as we said, against Aston Villa. So we'll have a look at that team lineup, don't we? So this is our Arsenal lineup for this game, and in goal it is Daphne Van Domslaan, back for Emily Fox, Leah Williamson, Steph Catley, Katie McCabe. So no changes there. In midfield, Kyra Cooney-Cross comes in. It looks like Frida Marnham and Mariona Caldente probably just ahead. And then the front three, Beth Mead, Leslie Russo and Caitlin Ford. On the bench then for Arsenal, Manu Zinsberger, Lotta Wubben-Moy, Leah Cadena, Laura Wainwrighter, Katarina Kuhl, Rosa Kafaji, Freya Godfrey, Lena Hurtig, and of course, Stina Black-Stenier. So that's your Arsenal lineup then. No Kim Little, no Leah Volti, which we knew anyway due to her operation. So it's a slightly different looking Arsenal midfield, very attacking minded. For Aston Villa then, this is how they line up. Former Arsenal goalkeeper Sabrina D'Angelo's in goal. They're back for Sarah Mailing, another ex-Arsenal player, Anna Patton, Danielle Turner, and Paula Thomas. In midfield, Lucy Staniforth, another former Arsenal player, Jordan Nobbs, and Chastity Grant. And their front three is Kirsty Hansen, Rachel Daly, and Ebony Salmon. That is a very good Aston Villa side, isn't it? Surprised they're not doing rather better in the league than they are. But anyway, we know it's not going to be easy, so it's going to be a difficult game. Don't forget to get your score predictions in. We do have the team news from Craven Cottage as well. So the men line up with Raya in goal, Thomas Partey's right back, Saliba Kirior, Timber to left back. In midfield, Declan Rice, Jorginho, and Martin Odegaard. And the front three is Leandro Trossard, Kai Havertz, and Bukayo Saka. For Fulham then, former Arsenal goalkeeper Bernd Leno. Their back four is Kenny Tete, Calvin Bassey, Issa Diop, and Anthony Robinson. In midfield, Sander Bird, Sasha Lucic, and of course another former Arsenal player, Emil Smith-Rowe. And in their front three, another former Arsenal player. It's a day of former Arsenal players, isn't it? Alex Iwobi, and then it's Raul Jimenez and Adama Traore. We know the problems Arsenal had there last season against Fulham, so we're going to see how that one works out as well. We've got some comments already. Nathan's with us. How you doing, mate? He says, hope you're well. Hi, everyone in the chat. We're doing good, my friend. Greg says, hello, everyone. Just seen the team. Worried about our midfield. Marnham stands around pointing too much, and KCC is holding midfield. It doesn't look good. Yeah, I mean, it's a very attacking looking midfield, isn't it? Obviously, Mariona is going to probably be in the number 10. So it's going to mean, Frida Marnham and Kyra sitting a little bit deeper. Will it work? We'll have to see. Villa are going to probably have a low block anyway. It might not be a bad idea. Greg says, no game changes on the bench, only Stina. Yeah, Lena Hurtig's come on recently. Rosa, of course, is a game changer for me as well. So I think we have got some game changers on the bench. But yeah, not enough. You're probably right. We should have enough to beat Aston Villa, though, shouldn't we? At home, you expect. They've not had, they're not in great form. Although, as I said, they've got some very, very good players, and I'm quite surprised that they're not doing maybe slightly better than what they are. You look at, Kirsty Hansen, Rachel Daly, Ebony Salmon. They've got a great front three. Obviously Jordan can still do a job in the sort of attacking midfield area as well. And defensively, they look fairly solid. So, and obviously Sabrina in goal, we know a lot about. So, yeah, I'm a little bit surprised they're not doing a bit better than what they are. Maybe it will take a bit of time, obviously, with a new manager and what have you. But anyway, we don't need to worry too much about Aston Villa. Today it's all about Arsenal going out there, getting the job done in the best way that we can. And hopefully that's what we'll do. Just to let you know, that side there is the women's game. And that side there's the men's game. Just so which way I'm looking, you're going to see which game I'm going to try and obviously watch both of them at the same time. It's not always going to be easy, and I've got your comments and stuff, of course, in the middle. So there we go. James was with us. He said we are starting at the Emirates. Oh, are you there? Are you? Oh, hang on, I've got an advert on the YouTube streaming. I'll just get rid of that, and we might be. I suppose the team's just coming out, I would imagine. Greg says shows we need to sign a creative midfield player. Well, we've got Rosa Kafaji, isn't that what she is? I mean, she's a little bit obviously young still, but that's what she's there for. Anyway, Terry's with us. How are you doing, Terry? Says good afternoon, Richard, and congrats on hitting 3K. Let's get to 3.5 by Christmas. Now that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Rajendra says fireworks leads the way. Of course, yeah, they let the fireworks off. Yeah, just to say we did hit 3,000 yesterday. So that is great. So thank you very much to everybody who's got on board with the channel over the last few years, and those of you who have subscribed, the members as well. Thank you very much for all the support that you've given the channel. It's been a ride to get here to 3,000. Obviously delighted to reach it. I said for Christmas we've done it 2-3 weeks early, which is great. I don't know if we can we whack on another 500 on before Christmas. I'm not sure. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? But thanks to everyone, I say, for your support. And yes, looking forward to some more great stuff to come in 2025 as well. So stick with us. I'm sure it is going to be really, really good. So yeah, thanks everyone for that. So yes, here we are. Then we are about to get kicked off in two games simultaneously, which I say is not ideal. Is it? It's not really what we would have chosen. If they're going to play them on the same day, at least stagger the kickoff time so you can actually watch both of them separately. Do they honestly think that there's people that only want to watch the women and people that only want to watch the men? No, of course not, because people want to watch both, don't they? People want to watch both teams because people are interested in both teams. If they're trying to say it's one club, which is what they're trying to do, then they have to make, and I know I'm not necessarily just blaming Arsenal for this, because let's be honest, Arsenal don't schedule the fixtures. The Premier League schedule the men's games. The WSL schedule the women's games. Of course, a lot of it's based on the TV companies, who, of course, also have a big say, don't they? Although, as far as I'm aware, the Arsenal Fulham game isn't on English TV, is it? It's not on Sky or anything like that. I know that the reason why is because the Fulham game played on Thursday, so they had to play on Sunday. That's the reason for that particular game. Obviously, the WSL game is on. That's not even on telly either, is it? So actually, I'm not. The more I think about it now, maybe actually it's it's a bit of a strange one, isn't it? Because without TV, maybe they could have moved the women's game to Saturday. Potentially, I don't know how easy that would have been. Of course, there's a lot of ex-Arsenal players playing in both of these games, isn't there? Which is quite interesting. Royston's with us. I doubt we'll get 5,000 to that at the Emirates. It's free. Well, apparently there's been 30. Sorry, I put a comment over there. Apparently there's 30,000 tickets sold. You'd imagine most people will turn up. I'm just trying to find out why is the stream actually working on YouTube for the women's game. I'm going to refresh it just to see, because let's have a look. It's not actually starting yet. You'd imagine, mind you, the game hasn't started yet, so maybe we'll let them off. So we'll hang about and see what happens there. Anyway, the teams are out at Craven Cottage. Fulham against Arsenal. Of course, a few ex-Arsenal players in that particular lineup. And it's going to be a difficult game. Obviously, it will be. In fact, both of these games are going to be tough games, aren't they? Aston Villa almost picked up 3 points at the Emirates last season for the women, didn't they? Arsenal had to get 2 late goals. Terry says starts in 2 minutes. The stream starts in 2 minutes. I don't know. It's not really doing much at the minute. We did have this problem once before, didn't we? The WSL YouTube channel isn't the best. Let's be honest, it is not the best. But I'm sure they will get their act together in time. But we shall see. Anyway, we'll have to wait and see what happens, won't we? Anyway, we have got some coverage of the men's game, so at least we've got that to fall back on for the time being. Here we go. Royston says Eddie is yet to score for Fulham. That's because Eddie doesn't play for Fulham. He plays for Crystal Palace, and he has scored 1 goal for Crystal Palace. So yeah, it's not Eddie Nketiah. It's Emil Smith-Rowe, of course, Alex Iwobi, Bernd Leno, and of course Reece Nelson, who can't play for Fulham today because he's only on loan. And of course, loanees can't play against their parent club. That's just the rules. We don't make the rules. We just have to stick to the rules. But now Eddie Nketiah, who you're referring to there, went to Crystal Palace. And he can't score for them. He's got 1 goal for them in I don't know, 10, 12 games, whatever it is. But yes, he never was quite good enough. Emil Smith-Rowe's the one, isn't he? I think we all felt Emil Smith-Rowe should have been given more chances at Arsenal. He's really playing well for Fulham, proving his point, and I'm sure he's going to have a big point to prove today. You can't tell me there isn't any love lost between Emil Smith-Rowe and Mikel Arteta, so I'm expecting to see a good performance from him. Obviously, Alex Iwobi left before Mikel Arteta came to Arsenal, so I don't suppose he's got too many beefs with the manager particularly, but anyway, a little bit of needle in that game. And I say, obviously, there's a return of a few ex-Arsenal players for Aston Villa as well in the women's team. Still, we don't have a stream that's working. Don't know what's going on. It is, honestly, it's terrible, isn't it? It really is bad. The streaming on the Barclays Women's Super League channel is absolutely terrible. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know how they've managed to mess it up as badly as they've messed it up. But anyway, they have messed it up. But we will hopefully get some sort of coverage coming very, very shortly on that one. But yeah, at the moment, it's just a blank screen. Just saying stream starting soon. Well, the game started already, so come on, please sort that out. Barclays Super League streaming on YouTube. Anyway, the Arsenal men are wearing the third kit, the sort of light blue and purpley, dark bluey colour, and obviously Fulham will be in there with black and white, or white and black. There we go. Terry says it's now saying it should have started 9 minutes ago. Well, it should have done, yeah. I mean, it should have started because the game should have started. Carson says there, Barclays WSL YouTube is trash. Well, I happen to totally agree with you. It definitely is trash. But hopefully they'll get their act together very, very shortly, because the game, as we know, is pretty much kicked off, hasn't it? I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what is going on. It's just absolutely abysmal. It really is terrible. And if you need any help, guys, at Barclays, if you need any help to sort your YouTube coverage out, you know where I am. I'm here for you. I'll do all I can to try and help you. Just give me the call and I'll do what I can for you. But this is just honestly ridiculous. It is just, oh, hang on. There's movement. We might have something going on. It's still a blank screen, but it's changed from what it was before. No, still nothing. They still can't sort it out, can they? They haven't plugged it in properly. You know, we are off and underway at Craven Cottage. We will focus on that just for the time being, because that's all we've got. Arsenal are in possession. Of course, Jurin Timbers move it to left back today. Thomas Partey's at right back, of course, with the injuries that we've got. But realistically, Arsenal should win that game, you would imagine. But I say, we had some problems there last season. Fulham are a good side. I still don't know what's happening with this stream here. It really is terrible. It really, really is terrible. It's just ridiculous and so bad. It is so bad. The YouTube. Roy says there 13,000 watching a blank screen. Well, yeah. So if some of those 13,000 want to come across and watch this here with us, that would be great, wouldn't it? Instead of watching that rubbish, that's not even. They can't even sort their act out. You know, I've only had half an hour to prepare for all of this because it's been busy this morning, and I've still managed to get me act together. So why they can't, with all the money they've got to throw at it, I do not know. Anyway. We will. Oh, hang on. We've got it. It's come on. The Arsenal women's game is on, guys. It is on. They finally pulled the plug on it. They've switched it on, and we have got it. Fantastic. That's really good. Okay, brilliant. Right, so we are off and underway. They haven't got a time or anything on the screen yet, or a score. Oh, and now it's gone off again. Oh, it's back on. It's back on. Honestly, they don't know what they're doing today. It's actually run by amateurs. It's run by like 10-year-olds. Honestly. Ridiculous. It is run by 10-year-olds. Anyway, the ball is back with Sabrina D'Angelo. She plays it forward into midfield to Lucy Staniforth. Tries to get it out to that far side. It's got out for a throw to Arsenal. We have played. Well, I don't know how long we've played because I haven't got the time on the screen because that's how poor their coverage is. Terry says mine's come on. Yeah, well, mine's come on as well. They just haven't. They're not really know what they're doing, do they? Anyway, Arsenal got a corner at Craven Cottage. So that's probably going to be a goal. So we'll look at that in a minute. It's 2.5 minutes played at Craven Cottage. We don't know how long there is played at the Emirates. We're guessing maybe 3 or 4 minutes. But until they put the time up, we're not going to know, are we? Because that's how bad it is. Anyway, there's a few empty seats, but it does look to be a decent crowd, actually, at the Emirates. I say there was about 30,000 tickets sold. Anyway, the corner comes in at Craven Cottage and it's headed wide. Was it William Saliba? It's still 0-0 there. Still 0-0 here at the Emirates as well. And Arsenal just trying to settle into this game. I don't know whether they knew that the YouTube coverage wasn't working, so they didn't want to score a goal too early, did they? Because they wouldn't want us to miss it. So that was nice of them, wasn't it? Anyway, it's a throw to Aston Villa over on that far side. They're all in a black kit. Arsenal, of course, in the red and white, as you would expect. Aston Villa trying to come forward over on that far side, but that's got out for a throw. It'll be a throw to Arsenal, which Katie McCabe's going to take quickly. And the camera can't even keep up with the action. It's got stuck with the ball that went out before. Honestly, this is ridiculous. What are you doing? Honestly, it just, if you're going to show the game, I mean, I thought the FA player was bad, but this is just absolute ludicrous. This is terrible. Really, really poor. It's making the women's game look absolutely terrible. And it's, if you're not going to benefit it, why you don't bother? Do not bother. Just don't do it. Give it back to the FA player. I mean, that was bad enough, but at least it generally worked. Anyway, Aston Villa in possession on this far side. That's a ball up the line. It's a good ball, but Emily Fox is probably going to get there first. And she'll probably just see it out for a goal kick, which she does, which is what Emily Fox does. No problem at all. There we go. Matty says, hi, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. We're doing well now. We've got the coverage that we wanted. Which took a long time. By the way, Leah Williamson is captain today for the Arsenal women in the absence of Kim Little. We're not exactly sure what's up with Kim Little. We know about Leah Volti, of course. She had an operation just before the international break. Oh, that was a bit of a funny back pass there from Leah Williamson to Daphne. But we've managed to get the ball out to that far side. Steph Catley plays it out that far side to Mariona. Caldente gets it back again. Steph Catley and Arsenal trying to come forward over on that far side. That's a good ball. Looks like an offside. It looks like an offside against Leslie Russo. It is an offside. Villa playing a very high line. Now, they don't actually have any sponsorships on their shirts, Aston Villa women. Do the men have sponsorships on their shirts? I can't remember now. I'm sure they do. But the women don't. So I don't know what's happening there. They've got no sponsor on their shirts, Aston Villa women, which is, I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Greg says this makes the FA player look professional. It does. That's how bad it is. That's how bad their coverage is when it makes the FA player look professional. That's where we are, unfortunately, with it. Anyway, the ball is back with Sabrina D'Angelo, who's, of course, the Aston Villa goalkeeper these days. And Aston Villa trying to play it out from the back. Nothing much has happened in the game. They still haven't managed to get the score or the time on the screen. I mean, we know what the score is, obviously, but we don't know what the time is, do we? Because they haven't got it on the screen. So we're just going to have to guess on that one because we didn't see the kickoff either, did we? Because they didn't actually have the stream working. Anyway, the ball's in midfield at the minute and Frida Marnham's battling away well, but she's just lost out. And Aston Villa can now come forward. Well, they got possession. They actually go backwards. Jordan Nobbs, of course, knows this ground quite well. I mean, she didn't play that many times here at Arsenal. It's sort of more since she's left that we've played more games here, although she did, of course, score here, didn't she? I remember in the Champions League game a couple of seasons ago against, I can't remember which team it was against. Anyway, Emily Fox does some great defending again on this near side, does really, really well. And surely she's fouled. Surely that's a foul, ref. It is a foul. And it is going to be a free kick. It was Kirsty Hansen there with the foul on Emily Fox. Matty says, not sure which game to follow. Sucks that there's no commentary on the WSL. Is there no commentary on there? Oh, I don't know. I haven't got a sound on. I think it's a miracle we've got pictures. So I'm not going to, I don't really care about the commentary anyway. But anyway, Emily Fox plays that back to Leah Williamson. Just going into the Arsenal penalty area now. In fact, clips the ball up this near side instead. Arsenal's right. Beth Mead gets it and Kyra Cooney cross again finds Emily Fox, chips the ball into midfield. Leslie Russo drops deep to halfway to get a touch on it, but she loses possession. And now Aston Villa can try and come forward themselves. In fact, the ball's going to break to Ebony Salmon, who does well and he tries to get it out to that far side. But Katie McCabe steps in. And now Arsenal can try and come forward themselves. But Villa are actually defending pretty well here. Jordan Nobbs plays out to this near side. Kirsty Hansen plays it back. And now it's Danielle Turner gets it back to goalkeeper Sabrina D'Angelo. It's 0-0 in both games. 0-0 in both games. Arsenal men are dominating the possession at Craven Cottage at the moment. Still looking for the breakthrough. And Arsenal women are struggling to settle a little bit here. Aston Villa have probably been the better team so far. And they're coming forward again over on that far. So finally, we've got the time up and the score up. Well done, guys. Well done, guys, at the Barclays Super League YouTube channel. You've got the score on and the time. It's 10 minutes played, which is good. I don't know if that's right, but that's what they've got. Oh, it's gone off. It's come back on again now. Wow, this is ridiculous, isn't it? You know, you could actually get a load of, kids at school to be able to get the graphics on the screen and get the coverage better than this, wouldn't you? Anyway, we seem to have all we need at the moment, and Arsenal coming forward, which is what we do want to see. It's a lovely back heel there from Caitlin Ford, and Mariona picks up possession. Caitlin Ford again over on that far side, Arsenal's left. Katie McKay wants to cross like in towards the near post. Sabrina punches it out when she maybe could have caught it, and that might explain why she didn't last too long at Arsenal. And now Aston Villa trying to come forward over on that far side, but Steph Catley steps in with a good tackle, but Villa have picked up possession again over on that far side. And that was Arsenal's best move so far. Anyway, Leslie Russo just won the ball back. Mariona now in possession, looks to play the ball through. It's a great ball through. Beth Mead's in. Surely she's offside. She's round the keeper. She will score, but the flag is up. And Beth Mead's denied another goal at the Emirates by the offside flag. She did look offside. It was Mariona's ball through. And Arsenal now suddenly starting to settle into this game. We've played 11 minutes. It is still 0-0. It is a free kick now to Aston Villa, just outside their penalty area, which Sabrina D'Angelo takes quickly, just plays it short to Anna Patton. And now Villa just in possession. It goes back to Sabrina D'Angelo again. And Jordan Nobbs just touches it off out to that far side. And Villa just playing it around at the back. They look quite comfortable in possession, Villa. I mean, they've got good players. We said that before the game. I'm quite surprised that they're not a little bit higher up the table. Anyway, they're trying to come forward now over on that far side. Steph Catley's got some defending to do. The ball comes in towards the near post. A dangerous cross. Looking for the run there of Ebony Salmon, but Daphne D'Angelo's out quickly and put a stop to that dangerous moment there. But Villa have started this game pretty well, as in fact they did last year, of course. You know, Emily Fox now trying to come forward on this near side, but Kirsty Hansen gets the tackle in. It's going to be a throw to Arsenal on halfway on this near side. 0-0 here at the Emirates. Arsenal women against Aston Villa. And Fulham now have got a chance at the Cottage. It's how Jimenez already scored. Jimenez has scored for Fulham. He enjoyed that, won't he? I'm sure after the injury he got against Arsenal. It's Raul Jimenez has given Fulham the lead at Craven Cottage in the Premier League. It is Fulham 1, Arsenal 0. A goal against the run of play. Well taken it was. Matty says Fulham just scored. Indeed they have. And it is Raul Jimenez, who still wears a bandage around his head following an injury he got at the Emirates, of course, 3 or 4 years ago now. But he just got himself a goal for Fulham. And once again, Arsenal are struggling at the Cottage. Anyway, women now are in possession inside the centre circle. Katie McKay switches it out to Mariona Caldente over on that far side. Looks for Caitlin Ford. The Australian tries to play the ball back into Katie McKay, but it was deflected behind. It is going to be another corner to Arsenal. And they're just showing a goal again at Craven Cottage. A good finish actually there from Raul Jimenez. He got the wrong side of Jacob, but Kirior maybe should have done better there. Saliba came across, but Jimenez fired it into that far corner. And that was a good finish. Not great defending, you have to say. 11 minutes played at the Cottage and they lead 1-0 Fulham. And Arsenal got a corner at the Emirates over on that far side. It's played short, actually. Katie McCabe plays it back again to Kyra Cooney cross and whipped into the near post. Caitlin falls there. It didn't really fall for her and the shot's blocked. It was Caitlin Ford suddenly found herself free inside the 6-yard box there. But the ball wouldn't quite sit for her. And by the time she managed to sort her feet out, the shot got blocked. And Arsenal still coming forward, though. This is a good spell. Mariona Caldente plays it into Beth Mead, very central. And surely she's fouled there. And the Aston Villa defender doesn't agree with that decision. But it's actually Rachel Daly who committed the foul. And her England teammate, or a former England teammate, Beth Mead. Well, yeah, that's clearly a foul, Rach. Come on. You caught her ankle. Come on, you did. You know, it's a free kick to Arsenal. Very, very central. And a good opportunity for Arsenal to get the lead here. Katie McCabe is standing over this free kick. It's about, 30 yards out, I would say, a little bit more maybe. But Katie McCabe won't be bothered about that. She can hit a ball from there, no problem at all. Absolutely no problem at all. Bert Leno's just dealt with Merton Odegaard's free kick at Craven Cottage, just sort of punched it away. And it's been put over by Declan Rice. It's a goal kick to Fulham. Anyway, Arsenal got this free kick this is quite a dangerous opportunity. This, you've got Beth Mead's over it, Katie McCabe's over it. It's quite a long way out. It's very central. We'll see if Arsenal can get a strike at goal. 15 minutes on the clock. Still 0-0 at the Emirates. We wait for this free kick. Katie McCabe does go for goal, but it's straight into the arms of Sabrina D'Angelo. It's going to have to be something special, isn't it, from that far out to score. It wasn't not a bad effort, but it was too straight. It went round the wall. But, I mean, unless you're going to put that in a corner, you're probably not going to score. And she didn't score. And it is still 0-0. Amaz, we were saying to my friend, he said, enjoyed your show in the live stream. Doesn't even have comment. Well, yeah, people have been saying that. I haven't really, obviously don't know because I've not got the sound on. Herman says, afternoon, Rich, all from Toronto. How you doing, my friend Herman? Good to see you, my friend, all the way from Toronto. We've got weather like you've probably got this weekend. It's been terrible with the storm. It seems to be easing off a bit now, though, which is nice. Anyway, Villa now coming forward. This is a good game. Both teams are looking to try and win this, which is good to see. Villa coming forward inside the penalty area chance. Ball across the box. It's a goal, but it's going to be disallowed. There was a foul in the build-up. Kirsty Hanson put it in. And there was a foul, though, just inside the penalty area on Steph Catley. And Arsenal women almost went behind as well. It was Ebony Salmon there, made the foul. And the ball came out off Daphne Van Domselaar and Kirsty Hanson put it in. Both teams have had the ball in the net. Both goals have been rightly disallowed. And it is still 0-0. But it's a good game. Quite open. A bit more open than I think we was anticipating. We thought Aston Villa would come and just have a low block and shut up shop. But they're not really. They're defending quite high. And they're looking to get forward at every opportunity. They fancy their chances here today. And Arsenal haven't really done quite enough yet in the attacking end of the pitch. But Leslie Russo just won a free kick over on that far side. I think it was Anna Patton that went in with the challenge. She might well get herself a yellow card, the former Arsenal defender. Never, of course, played for Arsenal with Leslie Russo, but she just got to know her quite well there with that foul, and it is a free kick to Arsenal over on the far side. And not quite sure what the cameraman's doing. But anyway, it is definitely a foul. Leslie Russo just knocked the ball past Anna Patton, and it was a clumsy challenge. And it is a free kick to Arsenal, right over on that far side. And they've just put a yellow card to Benjamin Mendy. And I'm sure it wasn't Benjamin Mendy who's got booked, because it looked like Anna Patton. And I'm sure Benjamin Mendy isn't playing in this game. But again, more mistakes from those absolute professionals at the Barclays Super League YouTube channel. Anyway, the free kick from Kyra Cooney Cross is a good ball. Header comes in, and it's a goal. We've scored, and I think it's Leslie Russo with the header. 17 minutes gone, and Arsenal get the lead. It was the goal from the free kick over on that far side. Maybe a leaf out of the men's team's book there, a goal from a set piece. It was a great ball from Kyra Cooney Cross. Leslie Russo's header. It looked like it was all in slow motion, but it's gone into the net. So it is, of course. It was a back header there from Leslie Russo. Makes it. And it is 1-0 to the Arsenal. Brilliant stuff. Leslie Russo with the goal. A simple goal in many ways. A free kick and a header from about 8-10 yards. And it went into the far corner. And Arsenal lead our first real left on target, really. I mean, okay, that free kick from Katie McCabe. But our first sort of real main attack really has led to a goal, which is brilliant. And they finally got Anna Patton's name on as a yellow card. Well done to the graphics people, who I'm sure are going to be back at school tomorrow. Anyway, Villa now in possession with Lucy Staniforth, plays it back to the goalkeeper. It's still Fulham 1, Arsenal 0, by the way, at Craven Cottage. Goal from Raul Jimenez there for Fulham. And Arsenal looking to try and get their way back into that game. But the women lead here at the Emirates. And that was a great goal, a lovely header. As Amar puts there, a lovely header from Leslie seemed to happen in slow motion. It did. It looked like it was in. It wasn't even sure if it had gone in at first, but it did go in. Sabrina seemed to go down in installments as she went to try and save it, and it's gone into that far corner. And Villa, for their bright start, find themselves behind. And so, rather simple goal, wasn't it? A header from a free kick. Where have we seen that before? Anyway, Arsenal coming forward again up this near side. Beth Mead plays it infield. That's a good ball to Kyra Cooney cross. You'll get the assist for that as well. And now Mariona Caldente goes past one challenge, plays the ball out to Caitlin Ford, gets the ball back. Mariona inside the area. Is it going to be 2-0? Oh, it's a good save. Comes back out. It's going to be 2-0. No, it isn't. Frida Marnham's effort was saved. And then the follow-up effort there from Kyra goes over the crossbar there. Two big chances there. Mariona Caldente was denied by Sabrina D'Angelo first of all. Lovely move though. Mariona did so well. Played the ball out to Caitlin Ford. Got it back again inside the penalty area. Took her time. A good save with her legs. And then it was Frida Marnham's follow. Another save with her legs from Sabrina. Two good saves. And then Kyra's effort goes high over the crossbar into the clock end behind that goal. But should have been 2-0 there, actually. Two big chances there. Good saves, though, by Sabrina. A big day for her, of course. She'll be looking to impress, and she'll be happy with those two saves there, won't she? Even though, ultimately, her team are still losing. Anyway, Villa have now got a free kick over on the far side. And this is a very similar sort of situation to where Arsenal scored a few moments ago. And Arsenal are going to have to defend this as well as we attacked the previous one. And it is a little bit of a problem is for Arsenal to deal with. We're coming up to the midway point in this first half at the Emirates and indeed at Craven Cottage. The home team are winning 1-0 in both games. But Arsenal got some defending to do here at the Emirates. This free kick from over on that far side. They've got plenty of bodies in the box. What's the delivery like? It's not bad. It's flicked on by an Arsenal player and then Frida Marnham clears it away only as far as Jordan Nobbs. She'd love a goal today, wouldn't she, Jordan, on her return to the Emirates. But that's not going to happen for this time, and Arsenal can clear the ball away with Steph Catley up that far side. In fact, it comes all the way through to the Arsenal. Oh, sorry, to Frida Marnham. Now it's played forward. Sure, that's offside against Caitlin Ford, and this high line from Aston Villa. It's causing us one or two problems. We're not able to launch any counter attacks here, are we? So there you go. We've got Riley Taylor with us. How you doing? Says, I actually can't hear the commentary on Arsenal versus Villa. Well, stay with us. We'll give you commentary. And that will sort that job out, won't it? Anyway, Villa are in possession. Anna Patton got a yellow card for the free kick that led to the goal. And now the ball's back with Sabrina D'Angelo. Two big saves by the former Arsenal goalkeeper there to keep the score at 1-0. And Villa now trying to come forward again with Rachel Daly. That's a good ball up this near side, looking for Kirsty Hansen. Emily Fox has come across to try and make it difficult for her. She needs some support. She's got some support here from Paula Thomas. Gets it back again. Kirsty Hansen on the edge of the Arsenal penalty area. The ball now into the box. And there's Ebony Salmon's trying to twist and turn her way through. And it's cleared away in the end by Arsenal up to Leslie Russo, and she can't quite get clear, but she might do now. The ball's fell to Caitlin Ford. It's a good ball over the top. Frida Marnham must be offside. In fact, the flag stays down. Frida Marnham waited for the flag to go up, and she's still in possession inside the Aston Villa penalty area. And time seemed to stand still for a minute there. I think Frida thought she was offside. Anyway, Arsenal still coming forward. Caitlin Ford's cross. It's going to be a second goal. Is it Beth Mead? Oh, she can't get the shot away. And she then tried to ping it out to Emily Fox on this near side, and Villa have managed to scramble the ball away. Wow, that could easily have been 2-0, and it wasn't. And Villa have managed to clear it away. And anyway, Aston Villa have just given the ball away in midfield, and now Arsenal got a great chance. Mariona Caldente. Arsenal got four players forward in this attack. Caitlin Ford's made a run through over on that far side. This is a great ball. Leslie Russo's in there. Oh, the cross beats Sabrina D'Angelo, but it wasn't finding an Arsenal shirt, and it's gone behind for a goal kick. And Arsenal nearly scored at Craven Cottage as well there from another corner. It was a header. In fact, it was the corner came in and Bernd Lennart's had to punch it away. He's done that a couple of times. VV says, you're the only person doing commentary on the match. Oh, am I? Well, that's good to know, isn't it? We'll stay with us then. Hopefully, we'll get a few more people watching them, won't we? Samuel says, Havertz is scoring an easy goal, no fight. Okay, well, I haven't really watched that game too much because we're focused on this one here, but it's not looking good for Arsenal, is it, away? Anyway, it's a throw to Arsenal over on that far side, which Katie McCabe is going to go across to retrieve the ball in front of the West Stand at the Emirates. We've played 24 and a half minutes here at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal 1, Aston Villa 0. Leslie Russo with the goal. Lovely header from Kyra Cooney crosses. Decent free kick delivery from over on that left-hand side now. Leah Williamson bringing the ball forward for Arsenal. Very central plays it up this near side. Emily Fox. This is nice football from Arsenal. Freedom Island to Beth Mead on the near touchline. Plays it into Kyra Cooney-Cross, back to Emily Fox. And now it's back with Leah Williamson. Plays it forward to Kyra Cooney-Cross. Leah Williamson gets it back again. And she's looking for that long ball. She chips it forward instead to Leslie Russo. Touches off. That's a nice touch to Mariona Caldente. This is good football from Arsenal. If we can get a good chance out of this, it'll be lovely. Kyra Cooney-Cross now plays it into Frida Marnham. Touches it back to Leah Williamson again. Brings the ball forward midway inside the Villa half. That's a lovely ball through to Frida Marnham. And she does well, actually, to skip away from one challenge and finds Emily Fox. Now the ball's back with Leah Williamson again. This is much better from Arsenal. We've been a little bit slow starting this game. I think the goal's given us that confidence again. And hopefully we can go on and build on that. It could be 2-0, of course. Sabrina's made a couple of good saves. But then Arsenal just give the ball away. A bit sloppy there from Mariona. I mean, it wasn't a great ball to in the first place, to be totally honest. But first touch let her down a bit there. And Villa now back in possession with Sabrina D'Angelo wearing a light blue kit. Villa, of course, all in black with no sponsor, which I find quite interesting, actually. Anyway, Declan Rice has just fired a shot wide for Arsenal at Craven Cottage. It is Fulham 1, Arsenal 0 there. It's Arsenal 1, Aston Villa 0 here at the Emirates. 26 minutes played. And Jordan Nobbs has picked up the ball quite deep and tries to ping the ball up this near side. It's a decent ball, actually, to Kirsty Hansen. She's done well. The Scot, a very good player she is, Kirsty Hansen. Got the ball back again. But just as we say that, she gives it away straight to Frida Marnham. And now Arsenal can try and come forward. Mariona, though, plays it back to Leah Williamson. Now Emily Fox on this near side. Arsenal's right. Leah Williamson again. Midway inside the Villa half, plays out to the far side to Steph Catley. Pops it into Mariona Caldente. It's very deep in this game, picking the ball up in these deep areas. And now Kyra Cooney-Cross plays it forward. The camera can't keep up with the ball. It's found it again now, and it's all the way back with Sabrina D'Angelo. Caitlin Ford puts her under pressure there, the Canadian, but that's not a bad clearance. Beth Mead wins the header. And now Leslie Russo steps in and finds Emily Fox. And Arsenal just missed another chance at Craven Cottage. Bukayo Saka did, of course, score in that fixture last season. Gave Arsenal the lead, actually, in that game. And in the end, of course, lost that 2-1, as we know. Anyway, Arsenal women are now in possession coming forward. Mariona Caldente, again, very central, plays it up this near side to Beth Mead. That's a decent cross here, 6-yard box. Oh, good defensive header there. It had to be a good defensive header as well. That was Danielle Turner. If she hadn't got anything on that, it would have been a free header for Leslie Russo at the far post. What a great ball that is from Beth Mead. Really great cross there, and Danielle Turner had to defend that well, and she did at the near post. And it's gone behind for a corner to Arsenal on this near side, which Katie McCabe is trotting across here to take. Probably wants to get rid of the frustration from Ireland's elimination from the Euros in midweek. And it is a corner, which McCabe is going to take. Kyra Cooney-Cross is there for a short option. Don't know if she's going to want to use the short option. She does. Kyra Cooney-Cross. Oh, this is good play from Kyra Cooney-Cross. Pulls it back to the edge of the box, and Leah Williamson was it there with her effort there, just on the edge of the 6-yard box, got in front of the defender, couldn't quite direct it on target. That was good play there from Kyra Cooney-Cross. She looked like she was going to give it back to Katie McCabe. Instead, she drove it forward, and then Leah Williamson there put it just wide of that near post. Another opportunity for Arsenal to make it 2-0. We've had a couple now, haven't we? And it's always a worrying sign, isn't it? When you're playing well, you're 1-0 up. You can't get the second goal. And how many times does that lead to, conceding a goal and dropping points? Not what we need at all in this game. But so far, so good. It's been a good performance. And Arsenal lead 1-0. Sabrina D'Angelo plays that ball up the far side for Aston Villa. Looking to try and get themselves level here. But good defending again from Steph Catley. You have to say she's settled into that left-hand sided centre-back role really, really well, hasn't she? I think she's been outstanding the last 4 or 5 games. And she did some good defending there as well. Steph Catley playing so well at the minute. And Arsenal want to throw over on that far side. Good work there from Mariona Caldente. And the throw is going to be taken by Katie McCabe. over on that far side, plays it into Mariona now, touches it back to Leah Williamson. Arsenal's captain today would be my choice as Arsenal captain anyway. Beth Mead now on this near side. That's a lovely ball to Emily Fox. Drives in field and then plays it back to Steph Catley. And it's just a mistake there. Kate McKay was caught there on her wrong foot, and it's gone out for a throw to Aston Villa over on that far side, which they're going to take with Sarah Malin. Lofts the ball forward, but Kate McKay wins that header only as far as Jordan Nobbs. Greg says there, the game's more open than I thought it would be. No, exactly. I thought Aston Villa would just sit back, but they haven't. You know, they've come forward when they can. They've had a couple of opportunities, and they've had the ball in the net as well, which was rightly disallowed. So, yeah, it's been a much more open game than maybe anticipated. And they're coming forward again. Kirsty Hansen does well, but Beth Mead steps in. It's gone out for a goal kick to Arsenal. Great defending, actually, there from Beth Mead. Fulham at Craven Cottage trying to come forward, but that's a poor ball. It's gone out for a goal kick. It's still Fulham 1, Arsenal 0. 29 minutes played there. There's 31 minutes played here at the Emirates. Arsenal women 1, Aston Villa 0. It's a goal kick, which Leah Williamson is going to take. Seems to be some delay, not quite sure what it is. Anyway, Leah just touches it short to Daphne, gets it back. Aston Villa aren't putting any pressure on Arsenal inside the penalty area, so Leah goes long up that far side. It's a good ball to Caitlin Ford. Tried to turn away there from the defender, but wasn't able to. It's going to be a throw to Aston Villa just on halfway over on that far side. We're looking for a way back into this game. They started really well, actually, Aston Villa. But it's Arsenal with the lead. Leslie Russo's header from Kyra Cooney-Cross's free kick. After about, 18 minutes, I think it was, to give Arsenal the lead. And since then, we've had a couple of big opportunities to go 2-0 up as well. Haven't managed to take them. At Craven Cottage, it's still Fulham 1, Arsenal 0. That goal from Raul Jimenez has given Fulham the lead there. Aston Villa now in possession on this near side with Kirsty Hansen. Just touches the ball back to Danielle Turner. Did a good defensive header a few moments ago. Now it's with Anna Patton, another former Arsenal player. It's the old Arsenal players against the current Arsenal players today, isn't it, in both the men and the women? Very, very strange scheduling of these games, you have to say. But anyway, Greg says, don't worry about the commentary. It's always best to have the game on and listen to Richie's comment. Oh, thank you very much, my friend. I'm glad that you appreciate it. Anyway, Arsenal coming forward now. Leslie Russo touches the ball back to Mariona, and the momentum of that attack's gone a little bit because we decided to play the ball backwards. But anyway, we have managed to keep possession, and I suppose that's the main thing. The ball's now back in with Kyra Cooney-Cross. Had a very good start to this game, you have to say. She's been everywhere in midfield. She's got the ball again now inside the centre circle, drives forward, looking for a pass. Can't find one, so plays the ball to this near side instead to Emily Fox. Now it's with Beth Mead right on this near touchline. Emily Fox goes around the outside, but Beth cuts back in field, finds Kyra again. And she just moves the ball on to Steph Catley back inside the centre circle, right on halfway for Arsenal. And she just plays a simple ball square to Leah Williamson. She's having a good start to this game as well. Emily Fox going to drive forward, is she? Kirsty Hansen blocks that route, so Emily has to play it back again to Leah Williamson. And she's got a little bit of time now. So plays a simple ball to Kyra Cooney-Cross. And the ball played out to the far side. Ags with us all the way from Sweden. Both girls and boys playing indeed. Who scored? Well, who scored for Arsenal? It was Leslie Russo for the women. And it was Raul Jimenez scored for Fulham against Arsenal men. So they're the two goal scorers in the two games. And Arsenal looking for another goal here. Emily Fox forward on this near side. Leslie Russo's in the middle. The cross is not bad, but Sabrina D'Angelo's there. Good hands there from the former Arsenal goalkeeper. Not maybe the greatest of crosses, but it was a good move. And Leslie Russo was up there attacking that ball. But that's good hands there from the goalkeeper. She's not the tallest of goalkeepers, is she, Sabrina D'Angelo? But I thought she did okay at Arsenal. Maybe not given as many opportunities as she could have done. But, you know, she's playing now regularly for Aston Villa. And you have to say good luck to pleased for her. But, yeah, didn't quite work out for Arsenal. Of course, now that we've got a much better goalkeeper with Daphne. And now we're coming forward again. Mariona up this near side. plays a lovely ball round the sides, and again, Leslie Russo's after that, but Villa clear it away. Beth Mead finds Mariona again, and Arsenal having a good spell here. Can we get the second goal? Emily Fox driving forward, driving into the walls of penalty. Emily Fox, can she get the shot away? Oh, she can't. She's had to come back on herself there and finds Kyra Cooney-Cross. And now it's with Steph Catley, plays out to that far side. Caitlin Ford having a run at the Villa defence into the penalty area, but overrun that a little bit. It was Anna Patton, I think it was Lucy Staniforth, sorry, with the tackle. But Arsenal back in possession with Steph Catley. Now it's with Leah Williamson into Kyra Cooney-Cross. That's a lovely turn. Can she get the shot away? She does get the shot away, and that's a good save from Sabrina D'Angelo down to her right-hand side. And that was lovely play, though, from Kyra Cooney-Cross. A lovely turn. She saw the defender coming. It was Lucy Staniforth. She turned away and then drove forward into the edge of the penalty area, fired a shot into towards the bottom corner. That's a decent save, a decent effort. And another chance for Arsenal to go 2-0 up. Hasn't been taken. Aggie says, good afternoon from Sweden. Lots of skiing on TV today. Is it really? Well, I mean, we've had some bad weather here. I'm not sure skiing would have been ideal with the winds that we've had here. Maybe it's not been quite so windy in Sweden. Anyway, Greg says KCC should have slipped it through. Yes, you could have done, but when you know, and it did open up for a little bit. Anyway, now Villa looking to come forward themselves. Actually, Ebony Salmon does well, gets past a couple of challenges, but then Katie McCabe almost knocks her off the ball. But Villa have kept possession, and that was a dangerous moment actually there for Arsenal. Just briefly, you know, Jordan Nobbs now very central, picks the ball up. So a birthday, of course, today, Jordan Nobbs, isn't it? So happy birthday to Jordan. We don't want you to celebrate too much today, though, do we? And hopefully you won't be celebrating an Aston Villa victory. But I'm sure it'll be nice seeing some of your old friends who are still at Arsenal, of course. Jordan Nobbs is playing okay in this game, actually, for Aston Villa. She's on the ball now. Dinks the ball over the top, looking for the run there of Ebony Salmon up this near side. But in the end, it was cleared away. And Arsenal now in possession. In fact, it was Paula Thomas she was looking for. But Arsenal dealt with that pretty well. And the ball is now back with Daphne Van Domselaar. Not had too much to do, has she, the Arsenal goalkeeper, which is good. Although Villa have played pretty well. But Arsenal are currently in control of this game. 37.5 minutes played at the Emirates. Arsenal 1, Aston Villa 0. Ball's now back with Daphne Van Domselaar. Plays it forward to Leah Williamson. Slightly on this near side. Looks for the ball into midfield towards Beth Mead. And Beth Mead gave it away, but then won it back. And that's what you want to see. Great work rate there from Beth. And now the ball's with Kyra Cooney-Cross again, picking the ball up, very deep position. She's done that really well in this first half. She's got it back again and dinks the ball over the top to that far side. That's a good ball. Katie McCabe's there, lays it off to Mariona Caldente, chips the ball forward into the space in behind for Caitlin Ford. It's a nice ball back to Katie McCabe. This is really good football from Arsenal. And then it looked like Katie McCabe was actually fouled there, but it's going to be a throw to Arsenal instead. Right in line with a penalty here. Katie McCabe throws it back to Steph Catley. Now it's into Kyra Cooney-Cross. This is nice football from Arsenal on the edge of the box. Now it's Caitlin Ford on that far side. Pulls it back. It's going to be 2-0. Surely it's 2-0. It's hit the post and it is 2-0. Beth Mead touches it in, and Arsenal double their lead. And you have to say that's a great goal. Really, really well worked, and it's really well finished in the end. The ball came back off the post, and Beth's there. I think Leslie Russo was a hit the post. Good cross in from Caitlin Ford. And Arsenal have been threatening a second goal for a little while, and now we have finally got it. It is 2-0. Lovely move on the edge of the box there. Mariona put in Caitlin Ford on that far side, pulled it back. It was actually Frida Marnham hit the post, and Beth's there to tap into the empty net. That's a lovely goal, and it is 2-0 to Arsenal. We are well on the way to getting 3 very, very big points here. And Mar says game over. Well, I wouldn't say game over quite yet, but we're certainly in control now at the Emirates, and hopefully we can go on and win the game. Greg says, don't tell people that Amar, we've got the best commentary. Well, people can make their own choice, I suppose. Herman says, bravo, Beth, indeed. Beth again at the Emirates. She's got the most goals at the Emirates out of anybody. She's got one again. I mean, that was a simple finish, but you've got to be there, haven't you? You've got to pick your moments to get into the box. Villa coming forward again now. And let's see if they can respond. So they have played okay, Villa, without offering too much of a threat. Greg says 3 more to go. And it will be 3 more to get your score prediction right. But, you know, we need to win the game. I think did I say 3-0? So we're nearly there, aren't we? Or was it, did Andreas say 3-0? I can't remember now. Anyway, Andreas is there, by the way. He'll be producing his vlog, of course, as always. As I look out for that, I will put the clips together. If I get a chance to do it later on today, I will. Otherwise, I'll do it tomorrow. But it will definitely be on the channel very, very soon. It's going to be good, as it always is. And I wonder if his new best friend, Gunnosaurus, is going to make an appearance again. He's been a regular on Andreas's vlogs recently, hasn't he? Gunnosaurus. He's almost become part of the show. But anyway, let's see. Anyway, Kyra Cooney cross plays a long ball forward, looking for her. Beth Mead, she gets the header, but she couldn't direct it into the path of Leslie Russo, and it's gone through to Sabrina D'Angelo. Arsenal men are coming forward over on the far side at Craven Cottage with Bukayo Saka still 1-0 to Fulham, though. Bukayo Saka's ball into the box, and was it Declan Rice at full stretch there? Couldn't quite get on the end of it. He's had a few chances, Declan Rice, playing a bit higher up the pitch. Anyway, Beth Mead now inside the penalty area for Arsenal, looking for a third goal, which would seal it. Comes across, Russo's there. Good save. Freedom on, and Beth's in there again. Oh, it's over the top. Was it a deflection? Desperate defending from Aston Villa there. And in the end, Beth Mead's shots deflected over the bar. The big chance though was Leslie Russo's. It's lovely play again from Beth Mead. Twisting and turning, laid it back there for Russo. She did it too straight. And then Frida Marnham couldn't get the rebound in. And when Beth's shot came in over the top, it's been deflected. It's going to be a corner to Arsenal. Almost 3-0. Surely that would have sealed it there, you feel. But it is a corner to Arsenal over on that far side. We're into the last 3.5 minutes. And it is a corner to Arsenal looking for that third goal, which surely would seal the points. Again, it's played short. Katie McCabe, Kyra Cooney cross gets it back again. It's a good cross. It's over Sabrina's head. No, it's not. Good save, actually, there from the Canadian. I don't know whether that was actually meant to be a shot or a cross. But in the end, Sabrina's managed to push it away for another corner to Arsenal. Kyra Cooney cross again at the heart of everything. She's been great in this first half. And Sabrina had to be at full stretch there. Leslie Russo was in there looking for another goal. Anyway, Arsenal taking this corner short again. Kyra plays it back to Katie McCabe. Across towards the far post. Leah Williamson's up. Is it back across the box? And again, it's good save from Sabrina. She's played well in this first half, Sabrina D'Angelo, actually. You've got to say, she had a decent first half. She's made a few good saves. And she definitely made a good save there. And that was a good piece of handling there at the near post as well. And it is still 1-0 to Fulham at Craven Cottage. And it's 2-0 to Arsenal at the Emirates. Anyway, the ball's now back with Sabrina D'Angelo. She plays it out to that far side. And a Patton plays it up the line. And Villa, if they're going to get something from this game, you feel they're going to need a goal perhaps before half-time. I think if Arsenal go in 2-0 up, you do feel as though that will probably be that. Aggie says, Aston Villa are a team from London. No, they're from Birmingham. So if you haven't heard of Birmingham, don't spend too much time researching it because it's not a very nice, it's not one of the nicest cities in England, put it that way. It is the second city, but it's seen better days. But Aston Villa, you know, it's a great club. They've got a great stadium, but Birmingham's not the nicest place. But that's where they're from, Birmingham, anyway. It's about 100 odd miles north of London. Anyway, it's a free kick over on that far side again to Arsenal. And a very similar position from where we scored the first goal, actually. A little bit further back. So Katie McCabe might be taking this one. The referee's just having a chat there to one of the Aston Villa players. I think it might have been Anna Patton. Actually, has already been booked, so she's going to have to be careful, isn't she? Anyway, Arsenal played a free kick up the line to Caitlin Ford. Katie McCabe plays it back to Steph Catley into the last minute of the first half. It's been a good first half from Arsenal. And Steph Catley now touches it forward to Mariona Caldente. She's had a good first half as well. Leah Williamson in very central position just outside the centre circle. Finds Steph Catley over on that far side. Now Mariona Caldente plays it infield to Leslie Russo's drop deep. Does well. Finds Emily Fox. Touches it off to Leah Williamson. Now it's with Emily Fox again coming forward. Beth Mead on this near side. Again, it's good football from Arsenal. Can it lead to a chance? And it is Emily Fox. Now it's played up this near side. Caitlin Ford, can she get the cross in? Tries to cut back inside. She does well. Oh, the cross wasn't quite right there, was it? It was low towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Maybe just needed to stand it up. Anyway, Villa have won possession back. And now, in fact, it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal because there's a foul there from Chastity Grant on Steph Catley. I think, no, Katie McCabe, sorry. It's going to be a free kick to Arsenal. This could be a good position, actually. It's in the very final few seconds of this first half. We're into the last minute of the first half at Craven Cottage as well. Still Fulham 1, Arsenal 0 there. Arsenal perhaps have been the better team. There's going to be 1 minute of stoppage time here. We are into that minute now, and Arsenal got this free kick opportunity now to make it, well, I don't know about make it safe, but you'd imagine 3-0 would be enough. And it's going to be Katie McCabe with this free kick towards the far post. It's a good ball. Oh, just a little bit too far there. Ahead of, was it Steph Catley coming in round the back? And in fact, I think that's a half-time whistle's gone. It is half-time at the Emirates. A good first half from Arsenal. It is Arsenal 2, Aston Villa 0. It's Leslie Russo got the first goal. It was a free kick over on the far side, the left from Kyra Cooney cross. She got the header in, a backwards header at the near post, looped into the far corner. And Arsenal went on to have several chances to get the second goal. Sabrina D'Angelo in goals done well for Aston Villa, but she could do nothing about the second goal. It was a lovely move over on the far side, Arsenal's left. Mariona found Caitlin Ford. Her cross found Frida Marnham at the near post. Her effort hit the crossbar, hit the post, came back out, and Beth Mead was there to finish it off. It is 2-0. It could be 3-0. We've had other chances as well, but we'll settle for that. A good first half, and it is Arsenal 2, Aston Villa 0. And we will be looking forward to the second half. Maybe a few more goals to come from Arsenal, you feel, the way we've played there. Anyway, they are still playing at Craven Cottage. It's still Fulham 1, Arsenal. There's going to be 1 minute of stoppage time there as well, which we've just got into there. And so we'll just see what happens there before the break, if Arsenal can get a goal back there. Greg says, good first half. Pity men aren't doing the same. Well, from what I've seen, it looks like we're playing quite well at Fulham, just not maybe, able to get the goal. Mark C says, Erdegaard took a bad angle. Yeah, it looked like a little bit of a foul on him there. He's back on his feet again, though, so hopefully he's going to be okay. I suppose if he was to get injured again and just come back, that wouldn't be good, would it? Kelvin says Fulham 1, Arsenal 0. Indeed, it is, as it says there on the screen. And Fulham have got a free kick here in the final few seconds of this first half. The ball played in towards the penalty area. It's Bassey round the far side, I think it was. Volleyed it high and wide over the crossbar there. And it looks like it's going to be 1-0 at half time there. In fact, the half time whistle's gone at Craven Cottage as well. So Arsenal have got a lot of work to do in the second half, haven't they, at Craven Cottage? It's Fulham 1, Arsenal 0. But at the Emirates, it's Arsenal women 2, Aston Villa 0. And that has been a good first half. It was quite an open game. We mentioned it a couple of times, didn't we? A bit more open than maybe we expected it to be. And that was maybe down to Aston Villa's approach. They haven't really had a low block. They've defended quite high. And it's made it a good game. Terry says, good first half by the girls, but we still ain't converting enough of our chances. Well, no, we're not. But we're 2-0 up. And I think, when you think we've had, maybe 4 big chances, and we've scored 2, I don't think that's bad. The goalkeeper, Sabrina's played well, you have to say, for Villa. And I think you have to take that into account as well. Yes, a couple of times we maybe could have finished better, I agree. But I think we're reasonably happy with that. We've got to be, haven't we? 2-0 at half time. And we're on halfway to getting a very, very good result and 3 more points on the board. And, of course, keeping this run going for Renee. Let's have a look at some other scores then, shall we, from around the country. In the Premier League, it is obviously Fulham 1, Arsenal 0 at half time, as we know. Ipswich 1, Bournemouth 0. Well, and Leicester 0, Brighton 1. Tarek Lamptey with that goal there. Ipswich's goal was scored by, well, it says C. Chaplin, Charlie Chaplin. I'm sure he died a few years ago. Anyway, he scored for Ipswich. And of course, later on, it is Tottenham against Chelsea, as we know. And let's have a look at the WSL scores. Man United beat Liverpool 4-0. Wow. Elizabeth Turland, Leah Galton, Danielle Dominic Janssen, and Melvin Mallard with those goals for Man United. That's a good win for them, isn't it? Man City are about to beat Leicester by the same scoreline. 2 for Khadija Shaw, Jess Park and Mary Fowler on the score sheet there. Spurs are beating Everton 2-1. Beth England with both of those goals, and Sarah Holmesgaard has scored for Everton in between. We're 2-0 up, of course, as we know. Chelsea are 2-1 up at half-time. Nuskin and Aggie Beaver-Jones and Kankovic has pulled one back for Brighton just before half-time. And it's West Ham 1, Crystal Palace 2. Wow, they've only played 22 minutes there. Asai scored for West Ham, but it's Gelge and Riley for Crystal Palace, and they lead at West Ham. Wow, that would be a bit of a shock result, wouldn't it? And of course, it is the Women's FA Cup third round. Is that today? Oh, it is today. Yeah. And of course, the big guns come into the next round, don't they? So the draw for that will be soon, I would imagine, won't it? But yes, that's all the score. That's all the scores there from the first half. So we shall see what happens there. But yeah, it's going to be a good second half to come, and I'm sure the Arsenal women are going to keep going and try and get a big win here. Greg says, I love the way the goal celebrated Beth's goal right in front of Sabrina. Yeah, I don't think there's any bad feeling, though, is there? And Mark C says, Fulham parking the bus. Well, of course, that's what they're going to do now. They're winning, aren't they? It's up to us to try and break them down. Terry says, do you think Craven Cottage is a bogey ground for us, or in reality, we're just Tom Tit and Arteta should get out? Well, I mean, I think it's a little bit of both. I do think that it has been a little bit of a bogey ground. Obviously, we lost there last season. Well, I think we'd won our previous 4 or 5 in a row before. Does that make it a bogey ground? Maybe we've just got a bogey manager. Maybe that's what it is. I think that's what it is, Terry. I think we've got a bogey manager. And until we make a change there, we're always going to find these problems, aren't we? Emma says, Women's FA Cup 4th round draw tomorrow night around 7 o'clock. On YouTube. Oh, we might have to have a look out for that then. See who Arsenal get in the third round. I'd love Newcastle away. That'd be my dream draw. Or I don't know if Sunderland are still in it, but anyway, Newcastle away, that would be brilliant, wouldn't it? But it probably won't happen. But we'll find out tomorrow, won't we? I mean, Newcastle won't get through yet. They're playing Middlesbrough. You can imagine they should get through, but who knows? All that to look forward to, of course, in January, the FA Cup 4th round. Of course, the men's third round. Manchester United was the draw there, of course, which was last week, wasn't it? So we'll have to, I might do a little show about that then tomorrow. Get the draw on and see how we go. But anyway, that's all coming up for you. Right, I am going to just nip off for a quick drink. I will be back very, very shortly. Do not go anywhere, because we have got a good second half coming up. The Arsenal women in control against Aston Villa. The men have got it all to do against Fulham. Losing 1-0, sorry. But we'll be back very soon. We'll see you soon. And in the meantime, don't go anywhere. So welcome back then. We're getting ready for the second half here. Two big second halves to come. Arsenal women 2-0 up. And that was a good first half, wasn't it? The men have got a lot to do, as we said. Herman says, I got myself a coffee Americano. Oh, fantastic. Greg says, just made myself a lovely cheese and peanut butter sandwich. Okay, fantastic. I'm allergic to peanuts, so I couldn't have peanut butter sandwich, but it's fair enough, isn't it? Terry says, come on, chat, let's hit that like and subscribe button. 3.5k is just around the corner. Well, we've only just hit 3k, but it'd be nice to get another 500, wouldn't it? Ryan says, cheese and peanut butter, that's a different one. Well, yeah, I suppose it is really. Greg says, try. See, every single week here, we do have our food reviews. So let us know what you're having for your lunch, and we can have a little discussion about that. El Loco says, give Arteta some break. There's no manager with a silver bullet to all problems. Just see how Man U can't find a good one in 7 attempts. No, but after how long? Man United generally haven't kept their manager very long, have they? You know, Ten Hag got 2 seasons. Obviously, Alman's only just come in. I can't remember who they had before Ten Hag, but they're not giving their manager very long, are they? Arteta's had 5 years. 5 years coming up now. So you know what I mean? It's that's long enough, isn't it, to make a decision? He's not won any trophies, and now's the time, you know, I think to make that change. It's not like, no, you're right. There's not one manager that's going to solve all the problems anywhere. There isn't. But you know what you've got to look at for me is a couple of issues. You've got Arne Slot's come in at Liverpool. Look what they're doing. You've got the guy at Chelsea's coming this season. They're above us in the table going into this weekend games. So there are managers out there that can do a job. That could do a better job than Arteta. Does it mean that there's still not going to be problems? Of course, every club's got problems. Look at Man City. They've been the most successful team probably in Premier League history over the last few years. But they've still got problems, haven't they? And no one's going to solve everything. But what you've got to find someone who can make the most of the resources that you've got at your disposal and produce results. And if you can't win the league, win one of the cups. And Arteta hasn't been able to win the league, and he's thrown away the cups to try and do it. And you can't keep doing that. And that's what we want to see. If we can't win the league, and let's face it, it's been difficult to win the league because Man City have been a very, very strong opponent. But if you can't win the league, win something. At least make an effort to win something. We've got nowhere near winning any of the cups, really, since Arteta's been here. No cup finals since that COVID one, which, Arsenal fans are quick to dismiss the Liverpool title in the COVID season, but they're quite happy to hang on to that FA Cup that Arteta won with Emery's team. Terry says, just had a nice beef madras, and now I'm having a bag of Haribo's Fantastics and a tomato couple soup. Well, you lived a high life, you, Terry, honestly. Brilliant. And Olako says, Arteta's won 3 No, he's not. He's won 1. Don't charity shield. Come on. Terry says, Olako, Arteta has yet to have had a far too long a chance to prove. Exactly, he has, yeah. Or win something. How much longer do you want to give him without winning? Exactly, I agree. I would have. End of last season, he would have got the boot for me. Herman says, yesterday I watched the opening of Notre Dame. Oh, wow, fantastic. I bet that was amazing, wasn't it? Anyway, the teams are back out at the Emirates. The Arsenal women and Aston Villa are back out onto the pitch ready for the second half. Lotta Wilburn-Moy coming on. Lotta Wilburn-Moy is coming on at half time. So I'm not sure if there's an injury issue or if it's a tactical change. I'm not sure who's going off or who's gone off. Let's have a look. Is it Steph Catley, maybe? And then Lotta just come in at centre back, or is it Katie McCabe and Steph Catley will go to left back? Oh, it's Emily Fox. Emily Fox has gone off. Wow, I thought she had a decent first half. Must be a slight injury problem there, you would imagine. So who's going to be playing right back now then? You'd imagine it'd be Lotta and Leah at the back. Steph looks like she's gone to left back. Oh, I think that Katie McCabe's gone to right back. So there you go. We're back off and underway. Here at the Emirates, it is Arsenal 2, Aston Villa 0, and Arsenal heading for another good victory under Renee Slegers. And is she going to get the job permanently? Who knows? Anyway, Arsenal coming forward now. Caitlin Ford on this near side. Steph Catley steaming up outside her. Wasn't a great ball though from Caitlin that time, and it was easily dealt with there by Chastity Grant. She's giving the ball straight back to Caitlin Ford. and now Arsenal have got a throw. El Loco says, Slot inherited a very good squad of players. Arteta inherited disasters. Ozil was one of the best players we ever had, my friend. And Kolasinac was, a lot of those players were, did they not win us some trophies? How many FA Cups did Ozil win us? How many? How many's Arteta won us? There you go. So stop saying that Ozil was disaster. He wasn't. Arteta had to change the team because the players he had didn't fit his system. That's the only reason. Not because the players weren't good enough. They were good enough to win trophies, and many of them have gone on to do well since they left. And yes, Slot inherited a good side, but where did they finish last season? Where did they finish the season before? That's the squad he's inherited, and he's got them flying at the top of the leagues. Come on. It's not just about that, is it? Anyway, Arsenal women coming forward now on that far side. The ball comes in. Sabrina Dando's got a touch. Just took it away from Caitlin Foord. And now she's conceded a free kick. And Arsenal looking for a fast start. The teams are back out of Craven Cottage as well. And it was Leslie Russo's ball there. And Beth Mead couldn't quite get on the end of it. Sorry, it's Beth Mead's ball. And Leslie Russo couldn't quite get on the end of it. And then it was cleared away. Terry says, poor old Tia didn't even get an invite. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? Joe says she got tackled. It could be her ankle. Oh, right. Yeah, maybe it could be. Let's hope it's not a serious injury. El Loco says, good change by Renee. Foxy needs a break. She's been playing non-stop since August, straight from the Olympics. Well, yeah, we'll play before that as well, obviously in the Olympics as well. But she's a tough old cookie, isn't she? There you go. Herman says, I read that Emily Fox played pretty well all games with no rest. That's why you have to make sure she stays safe. Not exactly, yeah. I mean, if she has got a little injury, that's fine. But it does give Lotta some time on the pitch. And Lotta needs some time on the pitch. That's a good ball from Leah Williams from Frida Marnham. That's a good ball as well. So Leslie Russo inside the box and just about tackled there, but it's an offside in any case. And it's going to be a free kick to Aston Villa. Greg says Arteta had to change the team because he had strikers in the squad. Exactly, yeah. He had winners who had won trophies, and he didn't want them, did he? He wanted nice guys with nice hair and all that kind of stuff, didn't he? And that's what he's done. Got rid of all the winners, all the great players, all the great goal scorers, and got a team of bottlers that play pretty football sometimes when they can be asked. But not when it's raining or we've got a storm in London. Anyway, Aston Villa coming forward now on that far side. Ball comes into the box. But it doesn't because Katie McKay blocked it. Playing it right back, Katie McKay. She's played there before, of course. So it's not a big issue. She can cope with that position, I'm sure. Even though she's very left-footed, she's just giving the ball away. Actually, we say that. And Leah Williams had to step in. Great defending from the Arsenal captain. And Arsenal now can try and come forward. Kyra Cooney-Cross, who was quite brilliant in that first half, has got the ball again over on that far side, touches it in field to the half-time substitute, Lotta Woburn. That's a good ball to Leslie Russo. Steph Catley now playing in her old position of left-back. She's not played left-back for a while, has she? Now she is. And now Mariona Caldente can bring the ball forward, plays out the line. Frida Marnham plays it into Caitlin Foord. This is good play from Arsenal. Steph Catley's got some space on this near side. Caitlin instead goes back to Mariona again. Into Frida Marnham, gets it back. Mariona, this is lovely football. Leslie Russo. Oh, is that a penalty? Referee says no. It was defender. It was Danielle Turner right behind Leslie Russo. There probably wasn't much contact, if we're totally honest. Probably wasn't any contact. Leslie went down and now she's won the ball back over on that far side. It's going to be a throw though to Aston Villa. That was really good football that though from Arsenal, looking to try to make that breakthrough. El Loco says Fulham v Arsenal exposes clearly how we don't have strikers. Jesus Sterling adds 0 to the team. Exactly, yeah. No, we don't have any strikers at all. But we've known this for a long time. We have known this for a long time. That's one of the problems, isn't it? He's allergic to strikers, Mikel Arteta. I'm allergic to peanuts. He's allergic to strikers. Anyway, Beth Mead over on that far side. The Arsenal women's team certainly aren't allergic to strikers. We've got a great one on the bench as well. And also coming forward across into the box. Sabrina doesn't get there. Steph Catley puts it back in again. And it's shuffled behind by Anna Patton under pressure. And Arsenal threatening a third goal. We've played 5 minutes of the second half. And you do feel as though a third goal now will seal the points. Because Aston Villa really don't look like they're going to get a goal back now. It's a strong second half, this from Arsenal. Anyway, Alexi Wobi's coming forward for Fulham over at Craven Cottage. Trying to get a second goal for Fulham, which would put them in control there. It is still 1-0. Anyway, there's a corner to Arsenal on this near side at the Emirates. And Kyrat Cooney-Cross is going to take it. She's probably been the player of the match up until now. Now corner comes in. It's a deep one towards the far post, and Villa do clear it away. And now they can almost launch a counter-attack, but they can't because Steph Catley's across, and then Mariona steps in, and now Beth Mead, and Arsenal could get a third goal on a counter-attack. In fact, they can't because the referee has stopped the play because there's an Aston Villa player down after that challenge from Steph Catley. I'm not sure that was a foul, actually. I don't think the referee's given a foul. Anyway, Anthony Robertson's coming forward for Fulham, and David Ray's done well at the near post, actually, to cut out that cross. In fact, it was Steph Catley's challenge there. And the trainers are on for the first time in this game. And we've played 51 minutes. And there's going to be a brief hold up here. Well, I don't know which Aston Villa player it is. I can't really see. I think you've got no power there. Joe's got no power anyway. Maybe that's because of the storm, of course. We have had, for those of you outside of the UK, we was hit by Storm Dara yesterday, and it's caused quite a lot of damage. There's a lot of trees and stuff down, and it was worse on the west side of the country than it was. I live on the east, so we didn't have it quite so bad, but that's as windy as it's been here for a very long time, actually. It really has been. It's still windy now, but nowhere near as bad, and it's supposed to be passing through by tomorrow. So let's see. Anyway, it's going to be a drop ball. The Aston Villa player is back on her feet again, which is good news. And sure, that's a foul there as well on Caitlin Ford. The referee says no. Anyway, there's a free kick to Arsenal, and it was Saka that was fouled, and the Fulham player got a yellow card. Didn't see who it was. Joe says, anyway, I hope Foxy isn't injured. She was tackled. Yeah, hopefully she's not too badly injured. It might just be a precaution. Let's hope so, because obviously we don't want to see her injured. Rachel Daly's just gone down and won a free kick for Aston Villa. The Golden Boot winner, of course, from the season before last, Rachel Daly. But not got too many this season so far, has she? Anyway, Sabrina D'Angelo now in possession. Ball played up the far side. And this is good play actually from Aston Villa, looking to try and get our goal back, but it's a good ball in, headed away by Leah Williams, who's been very, very solid at the back. Really solid at the back. And Anna Patton plays the ball back and gets it back again. Anna Patton for Aston Villa. Touches it back to the goalkeeper, Sabrina D'Angelo. She's going to go long. The Aston Villa goalkeeper. Rachel Daly now holds the ball up, plays it forward into Ebony Salmon. Ebony Salmon inside the box again. Leah Williamson's there, steps in. She's been absolutely brilliant in this game. And she did really well again there, but Villa still in possession. And a pattern trying to come forward now. Villa on this near side. Sarah Malin can't quite get there because Lotta Wooben-Moy was across with a good challenge. Oh, and Arsenal have just equalised. Oh, and it's a goal from another corner. One day we might score an actual proper goal. Is it William Saliba with the goal? And it's all quite boring, let's be honest. Why can't we score a normal goal just once? Just one normal goal would be nice, wouldn't it? Anyway, here's a goal. Arsenal have equalised at Fulham. William Saliba again with a goal from a corner. All very, very predictable. And it was a goal from a corner, and Arsenal have equalised. And who would have guessed? Who would have guessed it's a goal? In fact, VAR are getting involved now for a possible offside. I'm not sure who's meant to be offside there. But anyway, we'll wait and see the result of that. But it looks like a goal for Arsenal in any case. And the women are coming forward now looking for a third goal. And Steph Catley plays up the line. Mariona Caldente, can she get the ball? Pulls it back to Frida Marnham. Oh, just wouldn't quite fall for her. And Jordan Nobbs takes it off of there. That was almost the third goal. And now suddenly Aston Villa on the counter-attack. It's still quite open, this game, isn't it? But Arsenal are largely in control. And now it's a free kick again to Arsenal. 55 minutes played. Free kick taken quickly by Katie McCabe up this near side. Oh, it's into the box. Steph Catley, she's got forward a lot actually since she's moved to left back in this second half. And the ball's now back to Mariona Caldente. Gets it back again. Now it's with Caitlin Ford. Cuts in field. Caitlin Ford, she's going to try a shot. Oh, that's a good ball. It's going to fall to Frida Marnham, is it? No, it's not, because Sabrina D'Angelo's out. And another attack ends for Arsenal. Herman says Leah is a fantastic, accurate passer of the ball, especially the long one. No, she is. She's brilliant, yeah. The Arsenal goal at Fulham has been given, by the way. William Saliba with his second goal of the week, and Arsenal's 500th goal from a corner this season. And it is 1-1. It's Kelvin says, are you watching? Well, we're trying to watch two matches. It's quite difficult, obviously, as you can imagine. We're focusing more on the women's game because it's better, quite honestly. Anyway, the ball is now back with Sabrina D'Angelo, the Aston Villa goalkeeper. Anyway, the ball now played out to the far side, and Aston Villa now coming forward. That's a ball over the top, and definitely stays in goal. It's Ebony Salmon inside the box. Great tackle there. Steph Catley. She wasn't very happy there with the goalkeeper. Felt maybe the goalkeeper could have come out for that, and I think maybe she's got a point. But that was brilliant again from Steph Catley. Wow, what a piece of defending that was. She looked like she wasn't going to be able to get there. Ebony Salmon looked like she was in. Sorry, no, it was Chastity Grant. Sorry, what a brilliant tackle that is. Steph Catley there, work rate, incredible. It is a corner to Aston Villa, but it could have been so much worse. And it is Gabrielle's with us. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Corner from Aston Villa. It's flicked on. Almost went all the way through to the far post there, and Danielle Turner was coming in. He's going to go out for a throw to Arsenal over on that far side. Greg says we're getting caught offside too much, and Steena's not even on the pitch because they're playing a high line, aren't they? Aston Villa, they're really defending very high, and we have been caught offside quite a lot due to that. Anyway, Leslie Russo now finds Mariona Caldente. That's a good ball up this near side to Caitlin Ford, and Arsenal looking for that third goal. Caitlin Ford cuts in field, finds Beth Mead, plays it back to Caitlin. It's a good ball. Leslie Russo's in. It's going to be 3. It is 3. Leslie Russo tucks it in. Oh, the offside flag's up. Oh, the offside flag is up, and it isn't going to count. And that's the second goal we've had disallowed today. In fact, it's the third goal in this game that's been disallowed. And it was Beth Mead's ball. Yeah, she was offside. I don't think there's much doubt, actually, when you see the replay. She took it really well, though, didn't she, Leslie Russo? Wow, really took it well. And anyway, it won't count. Gabrielle says, I'm switching back and forth between games. Well, I've got them both on. One on that side is the men's game, and this side is the women's game. So I'm trying to kind of, I'm watching mainly the women's game, if I'm honest. Anyway, Arsenal men are coming forward, looking to try and get in front, but that's a good save from Bert Leno. Anyway, Aston Villa now coming forward with Jordan Nobbs, and this is a good spell from Villa, actually. Ebony Salmon now on this near side. Can she get the cross in? She does. All right across the goal. That was such a dangerous ball. And any touch there in the centre, it would have been a goal. Nobody managed to get a touch on it, and it's going to be a goal kick to Arsenal. But that was pretty close there, wasn't it? Lovely ball, actually, from Ebony Salmon. Drilled across a 6-yard box, and Chastity Grant couldn't get a touch on it. Herman says, how can you not love Leslie Russo? Well, we all love Leslie Russo. Mark C says, we're going up the gears now and pushing the game. Yeah, it looks like we did that in the first half, I think we weren't really getting anywhere. But unless we win a corner, we're not going to score, let's be honest. Anyway, Aston Villa coming forward now up this near side, but Lotta steps in and wins the throw. Good play there from Lotta. And there's nearly an hour gone in both games. Arsenal 2, Aston Villa 0 at the Emirates with the women. And, Steena's coming on. Steena is coming on. Frida Marnham's going off. It's Steena time. And Steena is now coming on. So we're going to see at least 2 more goals in this game, because Steena is going to score at least 1 or 2 herself, isn't she? So she's got in half an hour, Steena. And she's made a big impact in most of the games this season when she's come off the bench. She scored 2 in the last 3 games. And Steena is on. Anyway, now Kyra Cooney cross is then fouled by Jordan Nobbs. And it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal. Hour played. Gabriel says, when you realise that we sold Sabrina D'Angelo, and we did, but we've got 2 better goalkeepers, haven't we? So we can't really grumble too much about that. Fulham are making a couple of subs. Harry Wilson's one of them, who's going to be coming on for Fulham. Anyway, Arsenal now trying to come forward. That's a ball played forward, looking for Caitlin Full. She couldn't quite get the ball, and now Aston Villa back in possession. Rachel Daly dropped deep inside the centre circle. The ref gets in the way there, actually, but Aston Villa managed to keep possession. Oh, it's going to be a penalty, is it, to Arsenal there? No, it isn't. Looked like Trossard might have been fouled, but he wasn't. It's gone out for a goal kick. Anyway, Villa in possession at the Emirates with Sabrina D'Angelo. Plays the ball forward to Anna Patton. Arsenal making a sub as well. Martinelli is coming on for Trossard there. And I think Fulham are going to make a sub as well. Trossard will never get to play 90 minutes, does he, very often? Anyway, Leah Williamson was surely fouled inside the centre circle by Rachel Daly. It is a free kick to Arsenal. So Trossard's off for the men's team and Martinelli is coming on. And I think Fulham are preparing a couple of subs. Well, Villa now making a sub at the Emirates as well. I think Ebony Salmon has gone off and Gabby Nunes is coming on. They put Benjamin Mendy again. I don't know why they keep putting Benjamin Mendy on. Benjamin Mendy isn't playing. Villa making another sub as well. Noel Moritz is coming on. Noel Moritz is coming on. Another former Arsenal player. And they make another sub as well. Kenza Dali is coming on. Pereira and Wilson are on for Fulham. That's 2 attacking substitutions for them. And who else is coming on for Villa? Kenza Dali is coming on for Aston Villa. That's a good players they're bringing on there, aren't they? Adama Traore has gone off for Fulham at Craven Cottage. And it was Sarah Mailing off for Moritz. Arsenal taking that free kick quickly to Beth Mead over on that far side. Trying to play the ball forward into the run there of Leslie Russo. It's gone behind for a throw to Arsenal over on the far side. Kirsty Hansen's gone off for Kenza Dali. Now Leslie Russo finds Beth Mead over on that far side. Arsenal looking for this 3rd goal. Beth Mead, this is really good play actually. Beth Mead, what's the cross like? It's not bad. It's not bad at all. The header comes in from Stina at the near post. I don't know if she was trying to flick it on to the far post or whether or not she was going for goal. I'm not sure. And it's gone behind for a goal kick. Good cross there it was. And it wasn't that far away in the end, but maybe Stina should have just tried to flick it on rather than go for goal, perhaps. Greg says, still think Sabrina is a better goalkeeper than Zinsberger. No, I agree. She's probably better than Zinsberger. Yeah, she's not better than Daphne, though, is she? But no, I agree. She probably is better than Zinsberger. Yes, she wasn't given enough chances. That's true, But anyway, Herman says the scoreboard shows 2-0. I thought it was 3. No, it is still 2-0. The 3rd goal was disallowed. We did score, but it was disallowed. Leslie Russo was offside, so it didn't count. In fact, Beth Mead had a goal disallowed in the first half as well. And of course, Aston Villa did have a goal disallowed from Kirsty Hansen as well in that first half. So we could have had a lot more goals than we've had, but we've had 2 and we'll settle for that because they've both gone in the Arsenal net. Anyway, Noel Moritz now plays the ball back to Anna Patton, the ex-Arsenal players taking over the Emirates for Aston Villa as well. But anyway, they are coming forward now. Kenza Dali plays the ball up this near side. This is good play, actually. Noel Moritz has gone on an overlap. What's the cross like? It's not bad. It's flicked on. The header comes in at the far post, just wide. And that was Aston Villa's best opening, really, of this second half. And in the end, it's gone wide. It's going to be a goal kick. Good cross that was from Noel Moritz there. It was flicked on, actually, by Lotta Wooben-Moy. And it went to the far post and the header went wide. We've played 65 minutes. Terry says, come on, Arteta, get our forwards off for a rest and get J20 and the rest of the crap at the back on. Well, J20 has been playing. He started the game, didn't he? Due to Thomas Partey having to play right back. We didn't have to play right back. He could have played Kieran Tierney at left back and kept Timber there, couldn't he? But he won't do that because Kieran Tierney wasn't a player that he bought and he doesn't like anybody that he didn't buy, which is why Emil Smith-Rowe is now playing for Fulham. Anyway, Aston Villa now in possession over on the far side. But Katie McCabe steps in, plays the ball into Leslie Russo. It wasn't a good ball though. Leslie Russo couldn't get a good touch on that. And the ball is now in midfield with Kenza Darley, who's just come on as a substitute. Plays the ball out to the far side. Actually, Villa substitutes have made a difference. They look very lively now. Kenza Darley over on that far side. Can she get the cross in? She didn't want to cross it in with her left foot. So plays it back instead. Kenza Darley's got the ball again now. The Italian. And Villa have certainly stepped up their game since their substitutions have come on. But that cross is deflected. And Arsenal should be able to deal with this and now bring it forward. But it's not a good ball. Steen has not even got any service at all since she's come on. But she's only been on a couple of minutes. I'm sure it will come sooner or later. You do feel as though Villa are going to be pushing more bodies forward now to try and get back into this game. They've made some attacking substitutions. Let's see where that leads. They are in possession over on that far side, Villa. It is 2-0 to Arsenal, but a Villa goal could make a massive difference to the complexion of this game, even though Arsenal have largely been in control since that second goal went in. And Lucy Staniforth plays it out to that far side, Danielle Turner. That's a good ball up the far side. And Villa now looking a lot more dangerous actually as they come forward. That's a good ball in as well. And now it's another ball back into the box. It's got a chance here. Great defending there from Lotta Wubben-Moy to deny Kenza Darley. It is going to be a corner though to Aston Villa. And that was really good defending there from Lotta Wubben-Moy. Well, Villa had a big chance there to make it 2-1. Mark C says, at long last, the ref has woken up and he's starting carding. And Arsenal actually winning the ball back at Craven Cottage, looking for the guy. The corner comes in from Villa. Lotta Wubben-Moy heads it out. A shot from distance from Jordan Nobbs, and it goes wide. And that is another Villa attack. Comes to nothing. And it was a cross came in from Kenza Darley, headed out by Lotta Wubben-Moy, and then Jordan Nobbs on the volley. Didn't get that right, and it's gone wide for a goal kick to Arsenal. Terry says, we've started sitting back too far. Need to get back on the front foot. Yeah, we have started to sit back a little bit. But as Villa try and come forward a bit more, I'm sure you'll see some more spaces building up for us. Leslie Russo's done really well. And that's a good ping up this near side to Caitlin Ford. A little bit of space for the Australian on this near side. Estina's in the box. Look back for some space. Oh, Caitlin still keeps possession. Maybe she should have crossed it or put a ball here. It's going to fall to Beth Mead at the far post. Keeps it in, Beth Mead. Can she dink it back in towards a penalty area? She does. It's headed away again by Aston Villa, only as far as Mariona Caldente. Now it's out to that far side. Across comes in again, but it's straight into the arms of Sabrina D'Angelo. And Arsenal maybe didn't make the most of that. Really, did they? Joe says, yeah, Aston Villa do have some decent players. Odd how they are struggling. We said that at the start, that, they've got a really good team. They've got some very good players. I don't know what the issue is, why they can't seem to gel. They've never really managed to, have they? And they've got some great players. They're playing some good stuff at times today here. They're just lacking something, aren't they? They're lacking a bit of a cutting edge. They're not scoring enough goals. They're not really creating a lot of chances either, are they? But yeah, they've got some good players and they've played some reasonably good football. But it's not really been enough, has it? Again, for them, it looked like they're going to be losing again. The only game they've won this season was against Crystal Palace. Of course, the newly promoted side. And until they start winning some other games, they're going to struggle. Anyway, Steph Catley now. That's a lovely play from Caitlin Ford. Steph Catley coming forward for Arsenal from left back. Gone very central now. Finds Leslie Russo. Dropped a little bit deeper since Steen has come on. Kyra Cooney cross plays out to that far side. That's a good ball into Stina. She's onside. Stina with a goal. That's a brilliant finish. She's onside. It's going to count. Stina Blackstenius makes it 3-0. I said she was going to get a goal. She always gets a goal. That is brilliant. It was a great cross from the far side. Not sure who put that cross in actually, but anyway, it was a great cross from the far side. Katie McCabe, actually, I think it was. It was Katie McCabe's ball. Lovely run from Stina. First time finish past Sabrina into the far corner. That is brilliant, brilliant stuff. It's 3-0, and that will seal it. Terry says, Stina. We always love a Stina goal. It's highlight of the weekend, isn't it? A Stina goal is a highlight of any weekend, and she's just done it again. And we've had a bit of a storm here this weekend. It's not been great weather. But Stina has brought the sunshine back, and it's great stuff. Herman says, love those Viking girls. Indeed, we do. Greg says, that's more like it. Only 2 more in 20 minutes in. It's definitely likely, isn't it? It's definitely likely now. You feel that Villa know their day's done, and their heads might drop a little bit. And, you know, we might go on and get a few more goals. Who knows? Party's just headed one wide for Arsenal from another corner, and I just want to see us actually score a proper goal once. It'd be nice. I'm getting sick of it. Anyway, Kenza Darley now for Aston Villa. Plays it square. Jordan Nobbs already giving it away, and now Arsenal on the counter-attack could be dangerous again. Mariona Caldente does really well. Oh, it does really well, actually, and then finds Caitlin Ford on this near side. Caitlin Ford's had a good game today. Goes past one challenge. Still in possession, try to go past the same player again. It was Noel Moritz, actually. And Noel Moritz does really well and actually wins the free kick. And Aston Villa now, all that's cut out well. Stina's in. Mariona now finds Leslie Russo, and Arsenal looking hungry for more goals now. Looks as though the points are sealed. And this is when you can relax and play some really good football. And that's what we're doing here. Kyra Cooney cross finds Leslie Russo, does well, turns away, finds Lotta Wooben-Moy. That's not a great ball there from Lotta. Was looking for Steph Catley, but Steph Catley's won it back. Mariona Caldente, Arsenal looking really, really strong now, looking to finish this game off and hopefully get a couple more goals would be nice, wouldn't it? But the most important thing is those 3 points. It's going to be another really good victory. Herman says, I think Slagger's made the right change early for Stina, which gave her a chance to score. Exactly, yeah. Bring them on a bit earlier, and you've got more chance of settling into the game, haven't you? And hopefully get a goal, which she has done. Anyway, Fulham are coming forward at Craven Cottage with Pereira inside the box. It's a dangerous moment. It's hit the post. Wow, Pereira just hit the post for Fulham. Looking to go back in front there. They were on the counter-attack. Andreas Pereira. I seem to remember he scored against us at the Emirates last season, didn't he? Almost scored again. Hit the inside of the post. Wow. Anyway, it is a free kick to Aston Villa here at the Emirates. Arsenal 3, Aston Villa 0. Arsenal heading for another 3 points. Rene getting closer and closer to be given a job permanently if it carries on like this. We've played well today. We've played some nice football, got 3 good goals, and we're looking for more. But Aston Villa coming forward now, and they've probably played better than the scoreline suggests, you have to say, but they just lack cutting edge, don't they? You know, Kenza Darley's cross is cut out, and now Caitlin Ford wins a free kick. And it was a bit of an aggressive bit of play there, and Arsenal want to take the free kick quickly. The referee wasn't having it. And Caitlin Ford is now going to leave it for Lotta Wooben-Moy. Terry says, come on, girls, 3 more goals for Andreas Joachim. They do 2 more subs though for Arsenal. Lena Hurtig and Laura Veenreis. I don't know why Laura Veenreis maybe didn't come on at half time. More naturally right. But anyway, Steph Catley's going off. So Laura Veenreis coming on. So you imagine the 2 fullbacks are going to switch positions. Lena Hurtig is coming on. And it is going to be Caitlin Ford to go off. Great game from Caitlin Ford today. Brilliant stuff from her. And she is now going off. Lena Hurtig, of course, got the winning goal against Juventus in our last game. So she will be absolutely buzzing to get back on the pitch again. And Aggie, of course, loves a bit of Lena. Of course, another Swede on for Arsenal. One of them's already come on and scored. And maybe another one might come on and score as well. Who knows? And there's still one more on the bench, of course. Rosa Kafazi is yet to come on. Anyway, I also got this free kick. Leah Williams is actually going to take it instead. Plays it forward to Stina Blackstenius, who does well, actually. And, Mariana couldn't quite get there. And now Anna Patton can bring the ball forward for Aston Villa. 15 minutes left here at the Emirates. Arsenal 3, Aston Villa 0. It's been a very, very good Arsenal performance. El Loco says, Jesus comes on. Hallelujah. Didn't know he was at a couple. He shouldn't be still at the club, should he? Because he's crap. Anyway, let's see what happens in the rest of this game. Gabriel says, Fulham is a good team, but they've just ungrateful bastards that keep taking players. Well, they do. Yeah, they are a good team. Yeah, you're right. They've got some good players, Fulham, actually. They play some good football. Anyway, it's a free kick on this near side to Arsenal. The ball comes into the box, headed out again by Fulham. Arsenal women have got a throw at the Emirates, which Katie McCabe is going to take. It was her cross that led to that third goal. And she's got the ball again, dinks the ball forward, looking for Steena's going to pick the ball up. Oh, that's a nice ball through, looking for the run there of Beth Mead. Almost found her as well. Good vision that from Steena. The execution wasn't quite there, but it was a nice idea. Now Villa can come forward. Can Arsenal get more goals? Roy says, any news about the attendance at the Emirates? I haven't heard yet. I haven't heard what it is. It doesn't look too bad, though. It looks, the lower tier, which is the only one that's open, looks pretty full, to be honest. But anyway, not too sure. I mean, 30,000 tickets were sold. Whether or not everyone's turned up, obviously, there would have been some difficult travel conditions today with the storm and stuff. It does look to be a decent crowd, a really good crowd. Anyway, Aston Villa now coming forward, everyone that far side looking for now what would only surely be a consolation at this late stage. They probably do deserve something from this game in terms of a goal. They don't deserve to get any points out of it, but they maybe deserve. They probably are. They haven't been 3 goals worse than us, I don't think. We've been a lot more clinical with our chances. We've created a lot better chances. We've been the better team, but Villa have played okay, and a lot of positives for them maybe to work on moving forward. But yeah, they should be doing better than they are. You feel with the players they've got. Anyway, Leah Williamson now goes long up the far side. Steena trying to get around the back there of Anna Patton, who actually does well. The former Arsenal defender, and Jordan Nobbs try to combine over on that far side with Paula Thomas, and there's a throw to Aston Villa. We're not sure about the attendance. I'm sure we'll find out later. But yeah, I mean, maybe high 20,000s towards 30,000 maybe, which would be decent. Anyway, the ball falls to Jordan Nobbs on the edge of the box, took a bit of an Rachel Daly, so took a bit of an air shot, and then she's fouled, and it is going to be a free kick to Aston Villa. And Rachel Daly, it was Mariona Caldente, with a little nudge in the back. And this is a dangerous moment, this for Aston Villa. Gabrielle says, the problem is our kit because we never win wearing that. I'm sure we have one wearing it, haven't we? I'm pretty sure we must have done. But anyway, I'm sure you can't. That sounds like Man United's excuse. Remember when they played that? Man United played Southampton all them years ago, and at half time they were like, what was it, like 4-1 down or something? And they blamed the kit, so they changed their kit at half time, or a different one in the second half. They still lost, but that was quite funny actually. Anyway, it's a free kick to Aston Villa. It's quite central, maybe slightly to the left-hand side. It's quite a long way out. Very similar to the one that Katie McCabe had in the first half that was straight through to the goalkeeper. This one is, again, this one hits the wall though from Kenza Dali, I think it was. Aggie says minutes left. 11. It's 11 minutes at the Emirates and there's 14 left at Craven Cottage. Herman says, as you know, I no longer have my Arsenal Red membership as Arsenal won't accept my PW, but we have Rich and this has solved the problem. Well, I don't know about that, but yeah, I mean, it's a shame that they've took that. You can't get that again. Anyway, Villa making 2 more subs now. Chastity Grant's gone off for Katie Robinson, and who else is going off? Let's have a look. It is Jordan Nobbs is going off, actually. Jordan Nobbs coming back to the Emirates. She's going off, and it is going to be Mari Taylor's coming on. So Jordan Nobbs played nearly 80 minutes. Gabrielle says, can you imagine a fan going to the Emirates trying to watch the Fulham game? Well, if they could get some internet on their phone, they might be able to, I suppose. Anyway, why would you do that anyway? Oh, maybe go to I'll go to the wrong state. I'll thinking the men were playing, and you end up having to watch the. Well, I mean, maybe they might be educated and enjoy the women's game more. So maybe it might be a good thing if someone's done that. Who knows? Anyway, it's been a good game, hasn't it? I think at the Emirates today, and it is Arsenal heading for another good victory. And we saw a goal from Stina Blackstenius. It makes it worthwhile anyway, doesn't it? It's worth being there, isn't it? Just to see Stina score, quite honestly. And when you win as well, it's even better, isn't it? And that looks like that's what Arsenal are going to do. We're into the last 10 minutes here at the Emirates. Arsenal 3, Aston Villa 0. A very good Arsenal performance overall. And I think Aston Villa have contributed to this game as well. Leno just makes another good save from Declan Rice. We could have scored 3 or 4 goals today, what I've seen of it. Aggie says, windy in England this Sunday. Well, it's been windy, yeah. All weekend it's been. Mark C says, when we're on, is he? Oh, finally, Christ. Anyway, it would be quite funny if someone did come to the Emirates thinking it was a men's game. And then they end up watching this and thinking, you know what, I'll come back again. I'll come to the next game because it's good. Herman says, furthermore, I'm not happy with the present app as there's very little information on the Arsenal women. They deserve better. No, you're right. I agree with you. There's not enough. I mean, there's some on there, not enough. You're absolutely right. And yeah, Arsenal talk a lot, don't they, about it's one club, the women's team and the men's team and all this. And they've done a lot of work behind the scenes, to be fair. They have done, but I agree that there's not enough still doing. They're not doing enough. They need to do more. And yeah, you're right. But anyway, yeah, Joe's had a few problems with the win this weekend with power and stuff like that. So yeah, I think Joe knows how windy it's been. It has been terrible. It's probably the worst wind actually that I can remember for a very long time. Anyway, Arsenal coming forward again, looking for another goal. Cross come from that far side was from Laura Wienreiter, looking for Stina. Couldn't find her that time. Terry says all them games Erdegaard was missing, and he didn't give Noel a chance. You're right, yeah. Joe says YouTube coverage is terrible regarding WSL. It is, yeah. I mean, we said that before. I basically said if they need any help, let me know. I'm sure I'll be able to do a better job. But anyway, Villa did have a shot there from distance from Kenza Dali, which has ended up in the clock end upper tier, I think it is. And Arsenal making another substitution now. And it is going to be Katarina Cole coming on. Wow, we haven't seen her for a while, have we? We have not seen her for a while here at all. But she's coming on. And who's going off? It might well be Kyra Cooney-Cross. It is Kyra. What a game Kyra's had today, by the way. Brilliant from Kyra Cooney-Cross. She had an excellent first half in particular. Maybe not quite as much impact on the second half, but she had a brilliant first half. Dave says there is Wanweri top quality. Well, he is, but obviously he's not good enough because Arteta won't play him because he doesn't trust him. But he is absolute top quality. Yes, absolutely he is. LG says Arteta out. I 100% agree with you. I've been saying that for the last 2 years, and we've still got him, and he doesn't look like there's any sign of him going anywhere. Greg says the wind is worse than my missus has got, and that sounds. Oh, brilliant! It's funny. Marcy says, "Oh, Martin missed one, has he? Oh, Mikel Merino's on. He's going to make a difference, isn't he? The most boring player I've ever seen in my life." Anyway, Arsenal women coming forward now. Stina Blackstenius over on that far side. Lena Hurtig's in a little bit of space on this near side. Instead, it's Leslie Russo. Now it's with Katarina Cool, who's just come on, looking to make an impact. She hasn't played for ages, has she? Joe says, "Yeah, I have power. I'm going home. Going to rewatch the Arsenal game on proper TV." Yeah, you do that. Good stuff. Steve tells LG to calm down. Joe says, "No, I'll stay with you until the end." Yeah, stay with us here. Good. That's a good decision, that. Herman says, Catherine reminds me of a gazelle who darted for a field. Yes, she does a little bit, yeah. That's a good way of describing her, actually. So that's actually a good comparison. Or a deer, maybe a deer. I think she's like very deer-like the way she runs. Anyway, Villa are coming forward over on that far side. They probably do deserve a goal back, if we're totally honest. Anyway, the good news is Joe's got power, everyone, and that's good news, isn't it? And Aston Villa's header there goes over the crossbar onto the roof of the net, and they're not going to get a goal. But yeah, the good news is Joe has got power. Martinelli's just been booked for sort of throwing the ball away, or he sort of bounced it on the floor, and he's got booked for that. And Mark C says, that's why Jesus has done nothing. And that's in his entire Arsenal. That comment there sums up his entire Arsenal career, doesn't it? Apart from one game he played against Leicester when he first joined. LG says, I don't remember the last time we were 1-0 down at half-time and came back to win. I'll have a little think about that when the game's finished, my friend. I'm sure there will be one at some point here in recent years. I'm not too sure if there is, actually, thinking about it, but we'll have a little think about that afterwards. That's a good point, and I kind of agree with you that you might well be right. Anyway, Leslie Russo plays the ball out to the far side. Now Leah Williams touches it back to the goalkeeper. Amar says, only happened once in 23 under Arteta, and I can't even remember. Is that once in the last 23 games, or the last 23 times we've gone 1-0 down at half time? Roy said, 2015. Well, that's a great crowd, actually. Really, really good crowd. I said it was about 30,000 tickets sold. So a few people, obviously, travel disruptions and the weather and stuff probably played an impact on that. Gabriel says it was the Southampton game. This season, was we 1-0 down at half time? Oh, Stina's in again. It's going to be another goal. Oh, she's missed. Oh, how did she miss? Oh, come on, Stina. What are you doing? That would be looking at other things. It was Lena Hurtig played the ball through. It's a lovely ball. She's in on goal, 1-on-1 with the keeper. Maybe she had too long to think about it. It beats the keeper. She put it wide of the post. Oh, that's unlucky, actually. But she should have scored. There's no doubt about that. Anyway. Should have been 4-0 there, shouldn't it? Stina should have had another one. I'm sure she's going to get another chance at some stage in this game. Anyway, Aston Villa are coming forward at the moment. We're into the last 2.5 minutes here at the Emirates. It's been a good game. LG said the Southampton game was 0-0 at half time. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Yeah, it definitely wasn't that one. It's not been this season. It's definitely not been this season. I'm trying to think of last season. I remember we were 1-0 up against Fulham at half time and lost. I'm not really sure if we came back from 1-0 down at half time last season, did we? We'll have a little think afterwards and we'll come up with the answer. Terry says, Stina missed it for Andreas moaning about the girls. He wasn't moaning. Cross comes in from Villa. Leah Williamson has been great today. Leslie Russo finds at Stina. She's done well there. And finds at Laura Veenreuter. And she touches the ball back to Mariona Caldente. And Leah Williamson plays it out to the far side. And Arsenal just really not running the time down here. Looks like we're heading to 3 very, very big points. Keep this run going. Ag says, is someone going to inform Ag who Andreas is? Andreas, of course, the absolute legend of Arsenal women. Joe says, if the women had their own stadium, they would fill it easy every time. Well, it depends on what the capacity was, but yeah, potentially. Katie McCabe's got a customary booking. So I'm not quite sure what that was for, but anyway, it's an Arsenal free kick, and Katie McCabe's got booked. So there you go. It seems to be about what you do. Herman says, I do think that in training, the ladies have to spend more time on scoring long and short. Yeah, maybe they do. Yeah. LG says it's always 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Yeah, that's true. Oh, I see. Katie McCabe did kick out there. I've just seen the replay. Oh, she deserved the yellow card. Fair play. She was fouled and then she kicked out. But there you go. Leah Williamson now pops it in to midfield to Katarina Cole. And also coming forward again up this near side with Katie McCabe. And she runs into Noel Moritz. Oh, there's a bit of afters there. Katie McCabe's got to be careful. And it's a free kick to Aston Villa. And Katie McCabe's walked away, and probably the right decision to walk away, actually. Leah Williamson is called across, and I think the referee is probably saying, I think she's going to have a word with Katie McCabe. Katie McCabe could be in trouble here. It was a foul, and it was more Noel Moritz's reaction. And, of course, 2 former teammates there. I'm not too sure. I don't think she's going to get sent off. I hope she's not going to get sent off. We're in the final minute of the game. Surely she's not going to get sent off. The referee just sensible things. I mean, Katie McCabe, it was a bit of a foul, and they did have Noel Moritz reacted to her. And I mean, is it really a foul? It's more of a foul by Noel Moritz, if anything. I mean, Katie McCabe was a bit aggressive. I mean, she's generally quite aggressive anyway. But there you go. So I'm not, yeah, I don't know really what happened there. But anyway, we're into the 4 minutes of stoppage time at the Emirates. It is Arsenal 3, Aston Villa 0. And it has been a very good performance from Arsenal, you have to say. Reasonably comfortable victory. We could have scored a few more goals. Of course we could. We know we could have scored a few more goals. And we still might get one more. There is still going to be some time. There's 3 minutes left. And Arsenal just, a little bit of a loose pass there from Katie McCabe, but Sabrina D'Angelo steps in and goes long in towards the centre circle. Leslie Russo was trying to hold it up, was lost out. And now Villa are trying to come forward. And Arsenal just scored at Fulham. Bukayo Saka with 3 minutes to play at the far post. And Arsenal in front at Fulham. Bukayo Saka it is with the goal. 88 minutes on the clock there. There's a throw on this near side. And Bukayo Saka touched it in from close range. There's a free kick to the Arsenal women. Mariona takes it. We're into the last 2 minutes of stoppage time. And Arsenal women are heading for 3 points here against Aston Villa at the Emirates. A good 3 points. And Katarina Kuhl does well. Plays the ball off to Lotta Wubben-Moy. And I think there's a VAR check over this goal. Let's have a look at the replay. Well, he's not offside, is he? Oh, offside in the build-up. Oh, here he is, miles offside. Martinelli. It's going to be disallowed, that goal, by the way. Martinelli's miles offside, about 10 yards offside. So that's not going to count, is it? Anyway, the Arsenal women are in possession. I can't see that goal standing what I've just seen at that replay. Martinelli is absolutely miles offside. Look at him there. He's miles off. He's about 3 yards offside, isn't he? There's no way that goal is going to stand. Anyway, Arsenal women coming forward, looking for one more goal in the final minute of stoppage time at the Emirates. Can Arsenal finish this game off in the right way? Lotta Wubben-Moy's long ball forward up this near side finds Lena Hurtig. She's done well here, Lena Hurtig. Is she going to get herself a goal really well? Plays it across the box. Oh, nobody there. And in the end, Villa managed to clear it away. The goal has been disallowed. It was offside. I don't know why it took that long. But anyway, Mark C says there, our front players are bloody inept when it comes to being offside. There's no excuse. Arsenal just scored a 4th goal, actually. I just missed it looking at the decision over on the other screen. Not sure who scored it. Is it Stina again? I don't think it is. Let's have a look. Anyway, Lena Hurtig it was. Lovely play there from Lena Hurtig initially. Played the ball back and it looked like it was going to go out of play. And in the end, Leslie Russo has won it back over on that far side. It's Leslie Russo scored it. Wow, what a great finish that was from over on that far side. Brilliant, brilliant goal from Leslie Russo. We're going to enjoy that one. And it is 4-0 to Arsenal. And it's been a great, great performance, this. There's no doubt about that. It really has. Terry says, what a goal. Greg says, brilliant goal, Russo. It was a brilliant goal from Leslie Russo. It's 5 minutes of stoppage time at Craven Cottage. And we've played 2.5 minutes there. There'll be a bit more, though, due to the fact that, of course, that VAR check there. And Arsenal women are heading for another victory. Surely Rene's going to get the job. In fact, the full-time whistle's gone at the Emirates. The full-time whistle has gone. Arsenal have won this game 4-0. And it's been a very, very comfortable win in the end. Villa played quite well at times, actually. You have to say it wasn't a bad Aston Villa performance. But Arsenal showed much more clinical in front of goal. Leslie Russo got the first one. It was Kyra Cooney Cross's free kick. Leslie Russo headed it in, and it was 2-0 before half-time as well. The second goal was Beth Mead. It was a lovely move, actually, from Arsenal. Frida Marnham hit the post and Beth Mead finished it off. Villa had one or two moments in between. Arsenal missed a few chances as well. And in the end, we got two more goals in the second half. Stina with a third one. Katie McKay's ball from the right-hand side. Stina with a lovely first-time finish. Stina then missed a one-on-one where she should have scored. But Leslie Russo got the fourth goal at the end. A beautiful finish from a tight angle into the top corner. And Arsenal have won 4-0. And you have to say that they fully deserved that victory today. A really good performance. And, Renee is doing what Renee does. And, of course, that is incredible. Emma says 24-2 in 7 games now under Renee. Keep her till the end of the season. Yeah, I mean, I think keeping her to the end of the season makes absolutely perfect sense, doesn't it? It really does. Terry says England forwards are better than Sweden's. No, they're not. No, they're not. Stina's a better finisher. But Leslie's got the 2 goals today, and they were 2 very good goals as well. And surely, you've got to think that Renee has got to be. I think what Arsenal need to do now is make the announcement and say they're giving her the job till the end of the season. It says to all the girls I loved before, Willie Nelson, Tarusa. Yeah, I mean, she had a good game today. They all played well, actually. They all played well. Anyway, the men's game is still going on. We're into the final, 35 seconds of stoppage time. It looks like it's going to be 2 more points dropped for Arsenal. And yes, not really what was required today, was it? Bit unfortunate with a goal disallowed by Martinelli. One more chance, crosses over, hit, and can Thomas Partey keep it in? He can. Bukayo Saka now will also get one more chance. No, they won't, because it's in at the near post and Bert Leno's got it, and looks as though it's going to be frustration for Arsenal. Mark C says, as Jesus said, I didn't know he was playing. To be honest, I've not always been watching the game, but I didn't even realise he'd been playing. I've not even seen him do anything in the brief bits I've watched of it. But yeah, no, I don't know, to be honest with you. Anyway, they are still playing. Aggie says, bye from Sweden. Yep, see you later. Well, I'm sure we'll see you soon. There's some big Champions League games this week, isn't there? I think, is it Wednesday and Thursday? The men must be playing Wednesday, the women on Thursday. I'm sure that's the way it is. Let me just have a quick look for you. Wednesday, the men are playing at 8 o'clock, so we'll be here for that one. And the women are playing on Thursday at 5:45. They'll go at Valerenga. So 2 big games to come this week. So please join us for that as well if you can. Gabrielle says, why does Leno always become a prime Neuer when we're playing them? Well, he was always a good goalkeeper for us, I thought, wasn't he? He was always a good goalkeeper for us. And he's certainly better than Aaron Ramsdale, Christ. Anyway, Declan Rice has got himself a yellow card in the final few seconds there at Craven Cottage. We've played 6.5 minutes out of 5. It looks as though Arsenal are going to be dropping 2 points here in West London for the second time in a few weeks, because we drew 1-1 up the road against Chelsea, didn't we, as well? That was a game that we led in and threw away. This one we've had to come from behind, but it's still more frustration at Craven Cottage. Joey says, great live stream. No, thank you very much. We've tried to do what we could to keep you entertained. It's been quite tough to get both of the games done for you. But the women won 4-0, which is great. So we're really happy about that. And yeah, we look forward to anyway, the full-time whistle's gone at Craven Cottage. It's finished. Fulham won, Arsenal won. More frustration, and maybe it's time for a change of manager. I'm not sure if that's ever going to happen. But anyway, Arsenal dropped more points, and it is a 1-1 draw at Fulham. William Saliba's second half equalised. Another goal from a corner. Are we ever going to score a goal from open play again? Are we ever? If we are, let us know when you think it will be, who will be against, and who's going to score it. Because I don't know, I'm not sure. So yeah, we need to be able to score goals from other situations in a game, don't we? Mark C says, that's about all we deserved today. That wasn't a good performance. Only woke up in the second half. Yeah, the second half looked a bit better from what I saw. But having equalised so early in the second half, we had plenty of time to go on and win it. Herman says, thanks for it. The next game, have to attend. You have to attend to your phone. Is it ill? Anyway, Terry says, give AirPod Albert a job until the end of the season. No, give it to Nicholas Jovic, because he's the one he's the brains behind this team. Let's be honest. If we lost, he's far more important than Mikel Arteta will ever be. If we get rid of him, we're absolutely screwed, aren't we? Let's be honest. We wouldn't score another goal. We just wouldn't score another goal again. Anyway, going back to that earlier question about when was the last time we were 1-0 down at half time and won? That was a very good question. I'm going to have a little think about that, because I want to figure out where it was. Greg says, the next goal in open play when we get a decent manager. Yeah, probably, yeah. It's not going to happen anytime soon, is it? Let's be honest. Amar says, can't seem to beat our bogey team. We said they're a bogey team, but until they beat us last year, we'd won 5 or 6 in a row against them. So they wasn't a bogey team. They've become a bogey team now because we've got a manager who doesn't know how to beat them. That's the problem, isn't it? But, other teams seem to beat Fulham, don't they, easily enough? I mean, they're a good side, Fulham. Let's not. They're having a good season, but if you want to win the league, you've got to go away to Fulham and win. I'm sure Liverpool will go away there and win, and that's what you have to do. But I never ever thought this season we're in a title race. We're in a race for the top 4, and I suppose that's not a bad point away from home against a decent team. When you're 1-0 down at half time. So for me, it's not a bad point in the overall scheme of things. You look behind us, though, teams are closing that gap behind us, aren't they? Villa aren't far away. Obviously, Chelsea are playing a little bit later on, kick off in about half an hour against Tottenham. If they were to win that game, they'd open up a 2-point gap on us. And suddenly, as like I said, we're in a top 4 battle. That's what we're in this season. We're not good enough to win the league. We haven't got the squad to win the league. We don't have the manager to win the league. And we just need to try and get in that top 4. But the competition for a top 4 place is so strong, isn't it? Look how much Chelsea have improved this season. Aston Villa are going to be fighting for it again. They reached it last year. Maybe being in the Champions League this year might hinder their chances a little bit. But yeah, we're in a top 4 battle. That's what we are. Terry says, accept it. The men's team under Arteta. Well, we're not crap. We're okay. We're not brilliant. But we're not good enough to make that next step and to become, a team that's going to win titles and win trophies. No, we're not. Absolutely not. I think that the team probably would be good enough with a better manager. But, anyway, Amar says, we need to score more goals from open play. If we can sign a top centre forward in Jan, anything. But we won't sign a top centre forward because Mikel Arteta doesn't want one. He's been here 5 years. The only centre forward he's bought is Jesus, and he can't score a goal for Toffee, can he? That's the only reason. LG says it was probably in the 2022-23 season we were 1-0 down at half time and won. You might be right, actually. You might well be right. I'm trying to think, actually, when we were 1-0 down at half time and came back and won a game. I don't think it was last season. I can't think of a game. I really can't think of a game. No, I can't think of one. It doesn't mean that there isn't one, but I can't think of one. Anyway, Mark C says Jesus had no impact whatsoever. No point in having him. No, there isn't. And I mean, if you think Mikel Arteta is the right man for Arsenal, what you have to ask yourself is, why did he bring Raheem Sterling in? Why? What was the point of that? We need an extra goal scorer in the team, and he brings in Raheem Sterling because he's worked with him before, and he's a yes player. He does what he's told. He's one of them players that that's what he is. That's what he's like, and that's what Mikel Arteta wants. LG says we need a striker, a left winger, and a centre mid. I mean, he'll say we don't because we've got Martinelli and Trossard to play on the left. We've got Mikel Merino, who's such a fantastically exciting player. So yeah, and he won't buy a striker. I guarantee it. He will not buy a striker because he doesn't want to play with a striker, does he? He doesn't want to play with a striker. Terry says Arteta hasn't signed one in 5 years and 5 trophyless years. Funny that, but 29 is our answer to our press. Yeah, see that the issue is, isn't it, right? That we've, Kai Havertz isn't a centre forward. He's not a centre forward. What he is I would call him an attacking midfield player. And Arteta's playing him as a centre forward because he doesn't want a proper centre forward. I mean, look at Jimenez, right? Today, okay, he didn't have a lot of impact in the game, but he scores a goal. He gets a goal. That's what he does. And that's what we need to do. Emma says, appoint a new director of football first and take it from there. Well, we'd need to get a new director of football as well. Absolutely we do. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. To me, I've had enough of the same old every season now. We're not good enough to win the league. We're not probably good enough, or we should be good enough to win a cup, but we don't seem to be able to. And I just can't see the point of carrying on like this. People say, well, who else is there out there? Well, look at Liverpool and Chelsea, the top 2 in the Premier League going into this weekend. No managers just started, and they're already over Mikel Arteta. Yes, it's not the end of the season yet, and lots still to go. But after 5 years, to me, he's not done enough. And let's move on. Let's move away. Let's give someone else a try, whoever it is. There's plenty of good managers out there, as we've seen. Plenty of good managers out there. Mark C says we don't have a single proper striker in the squad. No, we don't. We don't have a single proper striker. No, but he's had 5 years. Look at the strikers that he had when he arrived. We had Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who had scored 32 goals the season before, won the Golden Boot. We had Alexander Lacazette, who, he wasn't a massive scorer, but he was scoring 15 to 20 goals a season for us. He's gone back to France and scored 35, 40 last season, whatever it was. So we had goal scorers in the team, and he got rid of them because he didn't want them. Nicolas Pepe was our top scorer one season. Got rid of him. He doesn't want goal scorers as strikers. He doesn't. LG says if Slot wins the league in his first season when Arteta's been here for 6 seasons, it will be. Well, to be honest with you, if Slot wins the league and if Chelsea finish above us, well, if Liverpool and Chelsea both finish above us this season, whoever wins the league or not, they should sack Mikel Arteta straight away. You know what I mean? They should just sack him. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. And everyone says, oh, we know. Look at the team Slot's inherited. Well, where did Liverpool finish last season? Where did they finish the season before? Do you know what I mean? We were ahead of them. We were ahead of Liverpool. We've been ahead of Chelsea, and they've got new managers in. And if we don't finish above both of those 2 teams this season, he should be sacked anyway. But that should just seal it. There shouldn't even be a discussion. If Chelsea and Liverpool, or either of those 2 finish above us this season, he should be sacked. Absolutely, 1,000,000%. I would sack him straight away. Terry says, "Am I right? Let's get behind the team. Come on, you good." He goes, "Exactly, yeah." Amar says, "Those didn't fit into his style of play ultimately. They are." Also very good. Well, no, but they didn't fit into his style of play. But what you do as a manager is what you've got to look at is you've got to say, right, okay, what have I got here? When you come into a new club, you've got to look at the players that you've got, right? You've got to look at the players that you've got and think, right, okay, we've got Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who's just won a Golden Boot, right? He scores goals. He won me an FA Cup. I've got to find a way to get the best out of him. And if it means I've got to adapt my style, then that's what I'm going to have to do. Because you can't have a player who scores that many goals and then say, well, actually, I'm going to make you have to cover for the left back because that's the style I want to play. No, that's the management. That's a bad management decision. You've got to look at the players that you've got and think, well, okay, I need to get the best out of these players. If I don't get the best out of them, we're not going to perform. And not all managers are going to be given 5 years, and not all managers are going to be given the time and the money to completely rebuild a team to suit what. See, and in a way, it's the wrong decision by the club. The reason why it's the wrong decision by the club is because when they do get rid of Arteta, no manager lasts forever. When they get rid of Arteta, every single thing in that club's been based around his ideas and what he wants to do. As soon as you get rid of him, we're going to have to start all over again. We're going to have to probably get rid of half the team because they won't be good enough to play in a different style. You look at players like Ben White, right? He's a very, very average right back. He fits our style, so he looks good, right? And there's plenty of players like that in this team at the moment. And as soon as Mikel Arteta was to go and we get a new manager and he wants to play a different style, these players will be exposed for the fact they're not good enough. But there you go. But the club have made a bad mistake by making everything revolve around what Arteta wanted to do. That was a mistake unless you've got the right manager who's going to win you the trophies. Then it's the right thing to do. Like Man City have done it with Pep, haven't they? They've basically let Pep take complete control. And look what's happened. They've won four league titles. No one's ever done that before, right? They've had 100-point season. No one's ever done that before. They've won the Champions League. Man City have never done that before. They gave their control to the right person. We've given our control to the wrong person, and we're going to have to completely rebuild and start again. And unfortunately, that's a club mistake. That is a club mistake. But there you go. Elaka says Arsenal are suffering for a lack of strikers. Havertz is our top striker and he's hit and miss by strikers. Yeah, absolutely. He won't buy a striker. He's had strikers. He doesn't want them. He doesn't want strikers. Elaka says Arteta gave Uber. No, he didn't give Uber plenty of chances, did he? He didn't. He started off, obviously, he was the main man. He was the captain and he was scoring all the goals. He won Arteta the FA Cup and then he signed his contract. And then Arteta thought, well, I want you to play a different way. And we know Aubameyang's come out and he said he had a few problems off the pitch with his mum and one or two other things. Didn't he get some illness and stuff as well, right? But Arteta was wanting him to do a job that he wasn't ever going to get the best out of him. And that's bad management. Really, really. And his man management has been dreadful the whole time he's been there. He might well be quite good tactically. He might well be quite good as a coach, right? But as a man manager, and that's such an important part of being a Premier League head coach or manager, he's got to be better, and that's been his downfall. He's never improved. LG says there's no one in the world who is irreplaceable. If Pep leaves City, I'm sure they'll identify someone who'll carry on where Pep's left or build. Yeah, absolutely, of course they will. Greg says 5 years without a trophy is poor. Any other manager would have gone by now. He's not the right man. It's obvious. Absolutely, yeah. What other big club would accept 5 consecutive seasons of not winning? Man United sacked their manager. He won 2 trophies in 2 seasons, and they soon sacked him, didn't they? You know what I mean? That's a club with ambition. Whether or not they're in a bit of a mess, of course they are. But at least they've got ambition to want to be better. They want to be better. We don't. We're happy just to muddle along with this rookie manager. I don't understand it. Amar said that was also down to the previous board who repeatedly, the previous board did a lot of bad things wrong, absolutely. He was consistently late to training despite, well, he wasn't consistently late to training. He had a few issues with his mum and with other stuff as well, which, okay, he shouldn't have been late. I understand that. But sometimes, what you've got to do is you've got to find a way to get the best out of your best players. In the end, we had to buy out his contract, gave him to Barcelona, and they sold him to Chelsea. That's just bad management. Bad money. It cost us money that we could have invested in the team. And we just threw it away because Arteta could not deal with it. He could not deal with that situation because he's not strong enough to deal with stuff like that. He's not strong enough to deal with personalities. That's his problem. And unless he starts to do that, we're never going to get the players in with the personalities needed to win big trophies. You don't win trophies with all nice guys. All our players are lovely, aren't they? They're sort of guys let's go. You could go around their house, couldn't you, one night and have a nice conversation with them. They're lovely guys, right? But they're not winners. You have to have some look at Man City. They've got some nasty players in their team. That's what you need. Arteta doesn't want players like that because he can't manage them. He can't deal with them. He can't deal with egos. He can't deal with personality. And that's why all our players are the same. They're boring, they're dull. It's like the football that we play. That's why we're scoring goals from set pieces, because that's all we can do, because that's our personality of our team. Terry says, Arteta prefers goalkeepers and centre forwards. He does. Amar says, Man U have been going backwards. Well, of course, they've been going backwards, yeah. What Man United have needed to have done is had a complete rethink a long time ago, and they've let the situation drag on and drag on. They've had 50 million different managers that are not properly investing in and giving time to, and that they've got their own. I don't care about Man U anyway. They can do what they like. Terry says, Arteta won the pizza plate. Give him a bottle. That's true. He could, yeah. MR says we could also have kept Olivier Giroud. Well, no, I mean that obviously Arsene Wenger was still there when Olivier Giroud went. I mean, we could have kept him, yeah, but we brought Aubameyang in, and maybe Giroud's chances were going to get less and less at that time. And obviously, Aubameyang went on to score the goals that he did, won us an FA Cup. So maybe you could say that was the right decision. We basically swapped Giroud. The issue was really Alexis Sanchez. If we could have managed to keep Alexis Sanchez, that could have made a big difference. But imagine if Unai Emery had Alexis Sanchez to pick, could he not have made more of a success of it. Who knows? We'll never know, will we? But anyway, the fact of the matter is, Arsenal need a complete change of direction, and it's not going to happen. So we're going to see a lot more frustrations. We're going to see a lot more seasons just tossed away and wasted, because we've got a basis here, haven't we, to be successful, I think, with the right manager to take it forward. And there you go. Emma said injuries haven't helped, but rather than making excuses, let's stick with what we've got until the end of the season and judge it. Well, we've stuck with what we've got for the last 5 seasons, and it hasn't got us anywhere. So no, let's not stick with it until the end of the season. Why do we judge it at the end of the season when we've had 4 whole seasons to judge it, and this will be another season to judge it? I don't need any more time. I've had enough time to make the judgment. I've judged it, and the judgment is he's not good enough. He's not good enough. Get rid of him now. I would get rid of him now. We're not going to, because we're second in the league currently. We could be third in a few hours' time if Chelsea win. But they're not going to get rid of him. But we don't need any more time to judge him. If we've had enough time, he's had enough time. He's not delivered. He's not delivered. He's got us two seasons of Champions League football. Fantastic. Arsene Wenger got us 21 seasons of Champions League football, and everyone was saying get him out long before he went. And he was doing a better job than what Arteta's doing. A better job. He was not only getting us top 4 every year, he was winning us bloody trophies. He was getting us to cup finals. He was getting us to semi-finals on a regular basis. And he was still getting top 4. And he was having to sell his best players for 5-6 years because of the stadium. And all the fan base was saying, Arteta out, Arteta out, Arteta out. Wenger out, right? They were flying aeroplanes over the bloody stadiums with banners saying, get Wenger out, right? I was at plenty of games where that was happening, right? And okay, at the time it didn't look as though it was working, right? And he'd overstayed, and he should have gone maybe before. I'm not saying getting rid of Wenger wasn't necessarily the right thing, but when you look at it now, he was actually in a better job than what Arteta's doing now, and Arteta's had more backing than he has, and he's been given what he's wanted. Wenger wasn't given what he wanted. He was given players that we could afford. That was it. And it wasn't good enough for the fans then. It wasn't good enough. Now, Arteta fumbling along, all this money that he's had, all this time that he's had, doing nothing really, doing a worse job than Arsene Wenger was doing, playing worse football than Arsene Wenger played, and it wasn't good enough. Why is Arteta suddenly good enough? Why? Why is he suddenly good enough now when Wenger wasn't, for doing a better job? I just can't get my head around it. I cannot get my head around it. And, I would rather go on a loop of Arsene Wenger's last 5 seasons than Mikel Arteta's 5 seasons. I'd much rather go back and watch them again and again and again, because the football was better, it was exciting, and we were achieving equal results to what we're achieving now in terms of where we are. Champions League, and we were winning trophies. Greg says, at least the girls play exciting football. Perhaps Arteta should go to some of their games and see what can be done. Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. Terry says, Arteta should have gone in the 2022. So absolutely, I agree with that. He should have done, yeah. Terry says, why would you want Wenger's last 5 seasons? Well, there you go. I would rather have Arsene Wenger's last 5 seasons all day long. I'd rather it was much better. I preferred watching the team. I used to go to games. I enjoyed it. Now I can't be bothered to go and watch that team because they're boring to watch. And it's going to end the same. So there's no point in getting excited thinking, oh, we're in the title race. No, we're not. Grat says, hi there. Today out of nowhere, I became totally blacked out and that's mystic. Oh, you didn't, did you? Oh, no, wait, you're okay, my friend. Arsenal drew 1-1 against Fulham, the men, 1-0 down, got a goal in the second half, had one disallowed late on as well. The women were quite comfortable in the end against Aston Villa. Great game that was. So you missed a good one there, unfortunately. LG says, Arteta has an ego problem. That's why we're not going to win anything. Too stubborn. Exactly, I agree. El Loco says, without Nicolas Jova, Arteta would have long been fired. Yeah, exactly. Nicolas Jova is far more important to this team than what Mikel Arteta is. If we got rid of Mikel Arteta and kept him, we'd probably do better. Whereas if we got rid of Nicolas Jova and kept Arteta, we'd do worse. What does that tell you? Tell you who's more important, doesn't it? Greg says, if Arsenal is meant to be all one club, surely he can go and watch the girls train and get some ideas. Well, yeah, maybe you should do. But obviously he won't. So... because as we've said, as LG said there, he's too stubborn. He's too stubborn. He won't change his ways. And unfortunately, that's that. But anyway, regardless of all of that, Mikel Arteta is staying at Arsenal probably for the next 10 years. I think we're going to have to suffer this because the club have just got no ambition to be successful. They just want to see how much money they can make, which is why we're releasing 500 new merchandise items every week. That's why we're only bothered about getting into the Champions League. No one cares about winning a trophy. Does winning a trophy get you more money than finishing the top four? Would winning the FA Cup be more financially viable to the club than getting in the top four? No, of course it wouldn't. So the owners of the club don't care. As long as we're in the top four, they don't care if we lose to Man United in January. They're not bothered. If we lose to Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup, they don't. Imagine winning the Carabao Cup or getting in the top four. What's more important to the club? The club will be the top four. For us as fans, winning a trophy, brilliant. We get a day out of Wembley, see us lift a trophy, fantastic. It's nothing better. Nothing better. Right? The club don't care about that. There's not enough money in it. All they care about is money. Money, money, money. That's all they're bothered about, the owners of this club. And they'll keep Mikel Arteta because he's going to keep making them money. And that's all they're bothered about. Emma says the fans are much more behind the team than they were in Wenger's last 5 seasons. The board clearly sees something in him too. The majority of the fan base would be shocked if he went. Well, the majority of the fan. No, what you're talking about is you're confusing the 60,000 people in the stadium or the 50,000 Arsenal fans that are fortunate or unfortunate enough to get tickets for the stadium, or you're talking about the millions and millions of fans around the world that are the Arsenal fan base. The majority of the fan base around the world want Arteta out. The few that are in the ground think that they're being cool and clever. Oh, Mikel Arteta is what we need. You know what I mean? No, they're wrong. They're a very tiny minority of the Arsenal fan base. Most of the Arsenal fan base understand what the situation that we're in, realise that Mikel Arteta is the wrong man, right? This is people all over the world, Arsenal fans. More important, the Arsenal fans all over the world, and a few tiny percentage of Arsenal fans that can get in the stadium and watch the games. And when you look at away games, even less so. You know, I mean, so what? The fans are more behind it because the fans going to the games have been almost, I don't know, they seem to have bought into this whole process thing. Do you know what I mean? I don't understand why. Because if you're going there every week watching the team throw everything away, I don't understand it. Amar said it won't be. Well, I think it will be. They're not going to get rid of him unless another club comes in with a big offer that maybe we can make money from. Grat says, not blackout in the real meaning when you forget things, but I get extremely tired, headaches and stuff. Oh, okay. Well, as long as you're okay, my friend, as long as you're okay, that's all that we care about. El Loco says, since that defeat to Newcastle, we were out of the title race. We're playing for second. Well, we're playing, to be honest with you, do we care if we come second or we come fourth? No, it makes no difference. It makes no difference. Top four is top four. Second, third, and fourth, who cares? That's where what we're playing for is top four. We're not playing for second, we're playing for top four, which I think we were playing for at the start of the season anyway, because I thought the transfer window was dreadful. We didn't improve enough. Amar says there's a long way to go. Well, there's a long way to go. Yeah, there's a long way to go, and nothing's going to change. Nothing is going to change. And I think the sooner that people start to get a reality check and realise nothing's going to change, the better off we'll all be, because then we can accept it and either accept, okay, look, if you're all happy, just muddling along, finishing top four, maybe almost pretending to be in a title race until it really matters, getting knocked out of all the cups quite early, not ever been able to win the Champions League. If you're quite happy with all of that, that's fine. Except that's where we are, and that's it. And don't pretend we're in a title race. Don't pretend we're going to do this or we're going to do that, because we're not. But I would rather everybody come together and say, you know what, we're Arsenal. We spent a lot of money. We spend a lot of money going to games, buying tickets. Why aren't we actually having that ambition to win the league? Why aren't we having that ambition to win trophies, not just the Premier League? The Premier League's hard to win. Win an FA Cup, win a League Cup, get to a semi-final of the Champions League, get to a final of the Champions League. I outperform what Arsene Wenger did to deserve all this adulation that you get from 12-year-old kids who don't know any better. Deserve it. Make yourself deserve it, Mikel. Follow that Arsene Wenger legacy. You're nowhere near anything Arsene Wenger's ever done for this club, right? He's got a statue outside the Emirates, right? You've got no chance of getting one, ever, my friend. No chance. If George Graham can't get one, what bloody hope have you got, mate? What hope have you got? Terry says the lyrics are for Andreas, money, money, money is Arsenal's world. Yeah, exactly, that is what it is, yeah. Absolutely. El Loco says, Richie put it perfectly. Arteta is allergic to strikers. Rest of the team has got great players, balance except strikers. Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't necessarily think we haven't got enough depth. The first 11, 12, 13, yes, okay, we have, apart from the striker, but we haven't got depth. And when we do have a little bit of depth, Arteta doesn't trust them. Ethan and Wanweri hardly ever gets on the pitch when we need a goal or we need something special. We won't trust him. He's done it with other players before. Kieran Tierney, why is he playing Thomas Partey at right back, right? To put Ewan Timber at left back when he's been brilliant at right back, when he's got a natural left back on the bench who's fit. Why? Thomas Partey's been brilliant in midfield. Ewan Timber's been brilliant at right back. He changes two players because he doesn't want to he doesn't trust one of his players that we are paying hundreds of thousands of pounds to be sitting on the bench. Natural left back, keeps him on the bench, makes massive changes to disrupt the whole pattern of the team for that one reason. And he's got a player that he won't play there. Why? Because he doesn't trust him. This is his man management. This is his man management. This is where he's got to go. John says, and why is English football, and this is why English football is dead, are people who go to games home and away, spending money, taking time off work, meeting out compared to somewhere in China or Nigeria? Well, no, but you see, the people that it's not logistics of where people live doesn't make them less important, does it? And let's face it, if Arsenal were to change the way they issued their tickets, or if a load of the season ticket holders and people that go home and away decided not to go, people from China and Nigeria would come over and take them tickets. People in this country that can't get tickets would buy them tickets. Arsenal would always sell the tickets. They don't care who they sell them to. You think Arsenal care who they sell the tickets to? Of course they don't. Last time I went to the Emirates, it was full of people that had never been to a game before. They wasn't interested. They were on their phone all the time. They were doing other stuff. They wasn't watching the game. They'd rather queue downstairs for a bloody £5 packet of crisps, right? Or a £10 bottle of water rather than watch the game. That Arsenal don't care about the people in the pit. The people in the ground, the people that are lucky enough or unlucky enough, or even look at it to get a ticket, they're not more important than all the thousands of fans around the world that spend thousands of pounds on merchandise, get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to watch a crap game like they've just watched there. They're not. People in the stadium are lucky enough to be able to be in a situation where they can do that. If you want to look at it that way, doesn't make them more important though. But the other people around the world still spend their money. You go to any country in the world, you'll see kids draped in Arsenal merch, right? You'll see them everywhere you go. They're spending money. That's what the club are more interested in. They're more interested in selling a kid an £80 tracksuit jacket in China or in Nigeria or wherever else in the world than they are selling a ticket to someone from North London who can go and watch the game. They're much more interested in that. So to the club, those fans are much more important. And the fact that the club aren't it seems as though most people are thinking, oh, well, the fans in the ground are happy. Most of the fans in the ground are happy, and I don't know why. They're the ones who need to give their head a wobble. Why are you happy with this? If you're one of those fans, John, maybe you're in the ground, fair play to you. If you're a season ticket holder, I know loads of season ticket holders. I used to be a season ticket holder myself when the club meant something, right? Before we sold our soul, right? I used to be a season ticket holder. I used to go home and away. And I used to love it, right? That was in the days of George Graham, in the days of Arsene Wenger, right? We didn't always win stuff, whatever it was, right? And it's probably fans now that feel the same. And if you haven't experienced all those great things before, maybe I can understand it. But I know people that are season ticket holders that have been going for 40 years, and they're still there saying, oh, Arteta's this, Arteta's that. He's brilliant. I'm sorry. They need to wake up. They need to wake up. Because this club's going nowhere where he's manager, nowhere. And most fans around the world who support Arsenal agree. They do. Mark C says, if we don't win the Premier this season, Arteta has to go. He has to. Well, if he wins a title, obviously he'll stay because he's won the title. But if he doesn't win the title, absolutely he has to go. Greg says the improvements to the ground is corporate based, not fan based. Of course it is. We know that, mate. Of course we do. We know. Greg says, well, if that's all those pool players all of a sudden just happen to break their knee joint. Well, yeah, that's the only way we're winning anything. MR says, under Wenger, we didn't win a knockout tie in the Champions League for a decade and a half. Well, no, we didn't, no. But then you got to remember that we had to, during that period of time, a lot of that we were selling all our best players because we couldn't afford to keep them, and we were replacing them with look at the team that we had, look at the players that we had. What Arsene Wenger did with, imagine if Mikel Arteta had the teams that Arsene Wenger had. We wouldn't have got top 4. We wouldn't have got top 10. We wouldn't have got even into the Champions League, let alone doing what Arsene Wenger did. You know what I mean? What he did was incredible in that time. Terry says, I love not winning nothing. I don't miss going to Wembley. No, I don't either. No, exactly. You're right. Absolutely. Yeah. I'd rather see all the other teams win all the trophies. You know what I mean? At least it's nice and fun, isn't it, at the Emirates now? Oh, we can all sing some songs. OR says, Tierney has had his issues. Yeah, he has, but he's obviously fit on the bench. He's been in training. We've seen him. He's training properly. He's training, like fully training. He's on the bench. He's fit enough. He can play. Playing. He might have been injured before, but Martin Odegaard's just been injured. He's still playing. Being injured previously doesn't mean you can't play now. Terry says, Tierney has had less injuries than 17 and he plays. Oh, exactly, yeah. We obviously Zinchenko is who he means, yeah. Absolutely. Fred Licher says, absolutely ridiculous take. Tierney hasn't played enough minutes to justify starting. Are you seriously asking for Mikel out of this? Yes, not just this season, for the last 3 seasons. He should have been sacked 3 years ago. He should have been sacked 3 years. He's done nothing since to justify him still being here. Nothing since in the last 3 years. You're saying Tierney hasn't played enough minutes. Why hasn't Tierney played enough minutes? Because that stupid twat won't play him when we don't even have a proper left back. He'd rather play Zinchenko. And this is when Tierney's been fit. Emil Smith-Rowe apparently wasn't fit for 2 years, and yet he's gone to Fulham and plays every game. Plays 90 minutes every week at Fulham, and yet apparently he was injured at Arsenal. Guaranteed Tierney will go somewhere else in January. He'll be playing 90 minutes every week. Why would that be? Because he's not injured. It's just a big smokescreen to make everyone believe he's injured. So, we can't play him. He's been injured. He's been fit. He's been on the bench for a few games now. He's been in full training for ages. If you're in full training, you're fit to play. And if the manager doesn't trust you to play, and then you have to play because we've got 500 injuries, then that's the manager's fault. You've got to. He should have been playing. You should have been bringing him on in games, playing it for 10 or 15 minutes here and there, and then he would have been ready to play, wouldn't he? And that's the manager's fault. He's fit because he's on the bench and he's fully training. There's nothing wrong with him. He's totally fit. And I would sack him. I would have sacked him 2 years ago, and 3 years ago. Nothing's different. Nothing's made me change my mind. He hasn't done anything to make me change my mind about him. Nothing. It annoys me more every time I watch us play. And the fact all we're doing now is scoring goals from corners annoys me even more. With the talent that we've got, we should be able to score goals from open play. We can't. We basically can't. It's ridiculous. John says, Arsene Wenger, I'll bet money you were calling for him to get sacked with all that other social media. I wasn't. No, actually, this is the thing. And anyone who used to go to games with me will back that up. I never ever any point said Wenger out, ever. Okay, yeah, maybe if we lost the game, you get angry for 10 minutes. But overall, I never ever felt that. I never felt that because I appreciate everything that he had done. And obviously, his age was catching up with him. He'd been there a long time. And it was obvious that a change was going to be needed. But I'd never wanted, I'd argue it with people in the ground so many times that were wanting Wenger out. Because you can't, whether or not you thought he was still the right man for the job, he didn't deserve to be treated like that by the fans. For a start off, he didn't deserve that. And as I said, I would rather go back to those last 5 years of Arsene Wenger than watch the crap we've got to watch now. Personally, but that's just a personal thing, isn't it? Terry says he won't play a fully fit player, but more than happy to pay players. I mean, exactly, yeah. I mean, he played Ben White for a year and a half, who was injured. And yet he won't play Kieran Tierney, who's fit. Come on. Anyway, Gret says, or travels. Hotels booked. And it's all. Oh, okay, you're off. Where are you going? No, you're coming to England, are you? Don't come to England. It's terrible here, and the weather's crap as well. But anyway, Mikel Arteta's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. We just have to accept it. And, if 50,000 fans in the stadium are happy about it, fair enough. That's up to them. I'll never be happy about it unless he starts actually winning some trophies, which he won't, because he's not good enough. He's not able to do that. He's proved that already. And even now, Man City are in a mess. And I bet you Man City still finish above us this season. I bet you they do. Look at the mess they're in. They'll still finish above us. Chelsea, his first season as manager, I bet they finish above us. Liverpool, first season as a new manager. I bet they finish above us. What excuse will you have then? None. You'll have no excuses. So speaking of Wenger, I have a co-worker named Wenger and another one not named Wenger who looks pretty much like him. Have you really? You've got a co-worker called Wenger? That is amazing. I want to come and work with you. I'd love to work with someone called Wenger. That'd be brilliant. Terry says, to be fair, Wenger at the end needed to go for his own self-worth. He did No, he did. He overstayed. Absolutely, he did overstay. But he didn't deserve banners being flown over the stadium saying Wenger. He didn't deserve that, did he? He didn't deserve none of that stuff. And, you know, that was unforgivable. That was unforgivable. Yes, it was the right. He should have gone. I think he should have gone after the 2014 FA Cup win. Right, that was the right time for him to have walked away, because he'd won that trophy again, and that was a great moment. And that should have been the time for him to walk away. But he probably felt that suddenly, you know, we had a bit more money to spend because of the stadium situation had changed. He got Mesut Ozil the year before. We could finally spend a bit of money. He bought Alexis Sanchez, and I think he felt that he could take that team to the next level. We came runners up in the league that season in 2016, and you know it didn't quite work out. But in hindsight, maybe he should have gone then. He just felt he could have got something else out of that team. That's what he felt. Didn't quite work. But you're right. I mean, he needed to leave for himself. He shouldn't have got the abuse that he got from fans that are now worshipping a manager who's nowhere near as good as he'll ever be. And that's what frustrates me. People now are defending Mikel Arteta to the end of the earth, and they were the ones sending banners over the stadium. But get Arsene Wenger out. And he didn't deserve that. He did not deserve that. But anyway, it's the way it is. Anyway, the good news is the women played well today and won 4-0. And Stina come off the bench and scored. So we're happy with that, aren't we? Anyway, I'm sure we'll have plenty of time to discuss all of this as the season progresses. Probably Wednesday night when Arsenal are in Champions League action against, is it Monaco? It is, isn't it? It's Monaco on Wednesday, 8 o'clock. So join me for that. 7:45, I'll be here for that one. That's going to be good. And of course, Thursday, the women are in Champions League action away at Valerenga. That one kicks off at 5:45. I can be here for the start of that one because my work shifts have changed. So I'm finishing earlier now. So I should be home in time for all of that, which is good. Glot says, yeah. By the way, you didn't spot my first post regarding the travelling. My question was what you have to pay for a loose ticket nowadays. I've only been forced to do once back in 98. Oh, you mean like for a match ticket? You're talking about for a match? Terry says, 100% agree. Wenger will always be a legend. The fans were, yeah, exactly. That's the point, isn't it? You know, whether or not we all felt that maybe Arsene Wenger would reach the end, yes, I'm sure all of us did feel like that, but it's how you went about it. And what at the time it was bad, and it's even worse now when those same people are backing Mikel Arteta for failing year after year after year, and they were the ones who were screaming for Wenger to be out, say putting banners up and all that kind of stuff, and they're the ones now defending Mikel Arteta. Sorry, no, that's wrong, and that's another reason why Arteta annoys me that's happened. But anyway, we're not going to change it because no one's going to listen to me, so I'm just going to have to suffer a bit longer. And I can't wait for him to go so I can start enjoying watching the team again, because I've not enjoyed watching them for 3 or 4 years while he's a manager. I just don't like him, and I can't enjoy the team while he's there. And the fact that we're not winning anything probably makes it easier for me not to enjoy it, I suppose. And although I'm desperate to be able to enjoy it like I used to, that's what I want to do. I want to be excited about the games. I want to be excited about going to games again. I've not been to a game for a while because I'm not excited to go. And that's my personal feelings. And not everyone has to agree with that. And everyone's got their own opinions. If people question why I feel like I do, I'm quite happy to tell you. I'm quite happy to give you my reasons. And you've got different reasons and different opinions, and that's fine. I'm happy with that. I don't care what other people think or not. That's up to you. Everyone's got their own opinions. I've got mine. And if it proves that I'm wrong, and at the end of the day, you know, if I'm wrong and we end up winning loads of things under Mikel Arteta, I'll be able to say fair enough. I got it wrong. He's won the trophies. I'll be happy enough to see us winning trophies again. But you know, until that happens, I'm right, and everyone who thinks the same is right until evidence is there to prove that we're wrong. Mark C says, if it's a match ticket, yeah. If you just come to get a one-off game, yeah, you will pay £100 or maybe more. Terry says, let's hope all those Arteta sexuals leave with Arteta, the club. Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens when he does go, doesn't it? Yeah, match ticket. I think it was around 25 quid. Wow. But lately I've always gone on those all-inclusive trips. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, if you just bought a ticket, I mean, to try and get one would be difficult enough. I mean, the price of the tickets is what, 35 quid. You can get 40 quid or whatever, but you're going to pay a lot more than that if you're just trying to get one ticket. Probably if you went like Ticketmaster or something like that, it's going to cost you a bomb. But yeah, 25 quid there, they were the days, weren't they? I used to have a season ticket then anyway, so it didn't really bother me. But even the away tickets used to be quite expensive then. They've kind of come down a bit now because the club, I don't know if that's still going actually, because I've not even been to an away game for a while because of the same reasons I've already said. But anyway, I will see you Wednesday, guys. I will see you all on Wednesday. It's going to be good. Champions League. Hopefully we can win and get through that ridiculous group stage, but we'll see what happens. Let's hope that we do. And of course, Thursday, the women are in Champions League action. We've already qualified. Let's try and win the group, shall we? That'd be good, wouldn't it? That's what we need to do. Try and win the group. Mark C says, adios. See you later, my friend. Good to see you. See you Wednesday. Greg says, totally agree, Rich. The women are better to watch. Oh, I prefer watching them. That might just be me. Terry says, Spurs are wondering, are they really? That'd be just typical Spurs. They beat Man City 4-0. They lose to Ipswich. They draw with whoever they drew with last week. They lost to Bournemouth, and then they beat Chelsea. That'd be typical Spurs, wouldn't it? That would be typical Spurs if they were to beat Chelsea today. But also, it's very early in that game, of course. Greg says, don't forget. Oh, yeah, I might go live tomorrow night at 7 o'clock and do that show for the FA Cup draw. If I can find where it is to watch, I will. Mark C says, fingers crossed we're a bit match. Yeah, that should be good. It should be good. I'm sure we'll win at home to Monaco. They're just above us in that little league, massive league. But we'll watch that. So thanks for joining us today. It's been a lot of fun. The women won 4-0. The men drew. But did we expect much else? Probably not. I don't know. But we'll see you on Wednesday for the fun and games of the Champions League. Got 100 quid. Well, even if the games tend to be crappy, I'll stick to Alshvan. You can get tickets. Yeah, see, that's why we like the women's games, you see, because you can get tickets cheap for them. 10, 12 quid, £15. Lovely. And it's more entertaining. Anyway, we'll see you Wednesday, guys. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Looks like the wind might be on its way out. We'll have to see. But hopefully we get some better weather this next week. A little bit calmer weather anyway. It's probably not going to get much warmer, is it? Terry says, Richard, a great comment today and loved your rant of truth telling. Good to get exactly. Yeah, sometimes you need to, don't you? We'll probably win 4-0 Wednesday night, and we'll be happy again, won't we? I'm just really frustrated with it at the moment. Grat says, take care, folks. Have a nice day. And yourself, my friend. Greg says, cheers, Rich. Terry, all in the chat. Indeed, yeah. Thanks for all you guys in the chat. Love your comments. Even if I disagree with you and you disagree with me, that's fine. It's no problem. Let's just have a chat about it. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. That's fine. You've got different opinions to me. I expect that. If we all agreed, it'd be a boring world, wouldn't it? Let's be honest. Wouldn't it be boring if we all just said, yeah, let's just all agree with everyone? That's what Mikel Arteta wants in the Arsenal dressing room. For me, that's boring. I like to have discussions, and if we disagree, we disagree. Then we talk about it and we shake hands afterwards and say, you know what, it was good to have a discussion, and we'll have another discussion next time. That's what it's about, isn't it? Anyway, right. No need for all these name calling and all that kind of stuff, is it? It's ridiculous. Let's just accept that everyone's different, got different opinions. Nobody's right and wrong. But I will always back up my opinions and give reasons for them. And, that's it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you Wednesday. Come on, you guys. The women did the job today. The men didn't quite manage to. I hope you managed to enjoy the two games as much as we could. It was quite tough going, trying to watch two screens. It was like watching tennis a little bit at times, but we got there. I enjoyed it, actually. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you Wednesday. Come on, you guys. Take it easy, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.